What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lonnie for Flight Sim Gaming. Starting the stream off about an hour and a half early. Got some things that we got to do tonight. But anyways, welcome. It's a statutory holiday over here in Canada. It's Victoria Day. So everything's closed. You know, everybody gets time off of work. Most importantly, that time off of work is paid in full. For some people, it's time and a half, double time and a half, whatever the case is. Took the kids out today. We went to a dinosaur park up in a couple hours east of where I live. Pretty fun, you know. Very small venue, not much going on, but the kids loved it. Anyway, ladies and gents, we are flying out of Australia today. This was the flight that we were supposed to do, I think, on Thursday or Friday. Can't remember which day. I know in the title it does say round trip. We're not coming back to Melbourne, but we are doing a second leg. We're headed up to the Gold Coast. We're going to check the Orbex Gold Coast scenery out. It's been out for, I think, close to a year now. I haven't flown in there. It is a new scenery that I just recently got, but we're going up to Canberra. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I could be completely wrong. It is the capital of Australia. Great scenery. I think it's done by Impulse Simulations. This is obviously Orbex Melbourne, and Gold Coast is Orbex scenery as well. But anyways, ladies and gents, I got about 3 hours of time here on the stream. This leg is 48 minutes long. I think the second leg is about an hour and 10 minutes. So two short legs. Going to be the last, probably, stream in the 7.3 for the next little while. At least the PMDG 7.3. We're definitely going to have a look at the iFly Max 8 sometime soon, but we'll be back in the E-Jets this coming Friday. And while we got GSX doing GSX things, let's jump inside the aircraft and let's get things ready to go here. Come down to the EFB and we'll load up our flight. Today we're Velocity 291 service from Melbourne up to Canberra. That's about 280 miles or so. Beautiful. We'll come down here and we'll get this all sorted. Pause in it. Reference airports. Melbourne.
Hello.
I don't know what gate we're at. Mr. Sam Guilford, hello. Boeing 757, hello. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Hope all as well.
Hello.
Can't click anything. This froze. I've never seen that before.
Please.
Everything in the cockpit has frozen. Very strange. I've never had this issue
Hello.
with the aircraft. What is this, a WASM failure? This must be a WASM failure, I would imagine. Alright.
This way.
I don't know. The PMDG is just not behaving. I'm scared to restart the flight. If I do, typically the controls get all messed up here. I don't think there's a way to sort of, I guess, fix that. We're going to go ahead and restart that. You guys ever seen that before? You ever see the EFB freeze up on you? I've never seen that before. First time. Anyway. See what happens. WASM crash. Yep.
I never expected to fly business class. Thank you for this incredible upgrade.
My only concern is this yoke. Okay, generally the yoke with this aircraft goes sideways from time to time. You won't be able to continue until you restart. Okay, never seen that issue before. Good to know, though. I wonder why that did that. Oh, good. We're back. We are back. Come up to GSX and load it up. Typically, when I restart this aircraft, all of the controls freeze on me, so I'm glad it's hasn't frozen yet. Let's go ahead and load this up. Jordan, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. Gonna remove a couple things here. I think. I don't know. Remove the jetways through here. Or the stairs. The stairs are departing. Beautiful. Okay. Let's continue to get set back up here. It is early morning here in Melbourne. It's about 7 o'clock from my understanding. Come back up to GSX and let's reload it all up. Request boarding. Omar, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Alright, FMC. Let's redo it. Didn't freeze on us. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come over to the route tab here. What's the airport iCal? Yankee Sierra Charlie Bravo. And we are velocity 291. Set that up there. Flight plan request. I don't know if GSX is doing GSX things. I don't hear anything going on. Boarding is requested.
Do you want to board crew? Pilot's boarding starting.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and load it up.
Crew boarding starting.
Execute. Beautiful. I have a strong feeling. Performance is not that good here at Orbex Melbourne. Very strange. Let's reconnect back to VATSIM here. Anyway. Let's get all sorted up here. We're departing off of runway 34 on the Dorsal 1. Dorsal 1, runway 34, execute. In Canberra, we are going to plan. I have no idea where they're landing currently. The winds are 130 at 130 at 5. 130 at 5. Of course, there's no ILS for the other runway. It's an R&P approach. Because why would it be an ILS, you know?
Crew has boarded.
Hello.
Passengers boarding starting.
I gotta see where we're coming in from. So the Mandy 3 X-ray is what they're giving us. Oh, that looks good. Mandy 3 X-ray. We'll plan the RNAV.
Welcome.
Probably the Yankee. Nope.
This way, please.
We can do the X-ray.
Hello.
Beautiful. We'll plan the RNAV X-ray 17 approach. No transition. Oh, there is a transition
Pass, please.
from Aaron. Beautiful. Hopefully all those legs are good. We'll check it out after. Let's go ahead and request our performance information. The WASM issue I get from time to time, usually when I'm clicking buttons on the FMC, but because it's a random issue, PMTG, you can't really track it and fix it, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. A lot of people can duplicate it. Why can't they fix that? Interesting. Gotta be something. I've never had that issue. I might have had that issue once, probably when the aircraft first came out. Where are you landing? We are headed up to Canberra in Australia. It's the capital of Australia. Execute. Beautiful. We're cruising up to 35,000 today. That's what we filed.
This way.
Change that up. Beautiful. Hopefully we don't have any other issues with the aircraft
This way, please.
on this live stream. Flaps 5 departure. We'll derate 1, cell 45. So derate 1, cell 45. Beautiful. Flaps 5. 31, 38, 44. We'll leave it at that. Excuse me.
This way, please.
44. 44.
Hello.
On the Dorsal 1, what is our top altitude here? We don't have a top altitude, unfortunately. So up to 35,000 feet.
This way, please. Hello.
Beautiful. Runway heading 340. That's already set. Interesting how that heading is set. Usually it's zeroed out, no? Very strange.
Hello.
And what's our METAR here? QNH 1031.
This way, please.
Hello. 2000 set. I think they fly on Unicom out here, right? Honestly, got no idea.
Welcome on board.
Sun should be coming up very soon. Window heat's coming on. Hydraulic pumps coming on. 35,000 feet. We'll set that. And the airport elevation in Canberra is pretty high up. It's 1,900 feet. Beautiful. Beautiful. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. If you guys haven't done so, drop a like for me. I'd greatly appreciate that. We are going for a total of 15 likes on both live streams, ladies and gents. 15, 1-5. If you're enjoying the content and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're approaching 2,100 subs already. Good stuff. Again, we are doing 2 legs today. First leg over to Canberra, and then we are going up to the Gold Coast, ladies and gents. There's, I think, a couple different Gold Coast sceneries out there. I picked the Orbex one, obviously. You know, Brisbane V2 is not out yet. It is in the works. Orbex. I don't know if Brisbane V2 is going to come out first or if Atlanta is going to come out first. You'll see Brisbane V2 is, I guess, in the Orbex catalog. It's just not available for purchase yet. Looks really good. I can't wait to grab that one. I absolutely cannot wait to grab that one. Looks really nice. And I think it's free for people that have the first version. Ground ops. Release. Remove the chocks. Just waiting for all the passengers to board up here before we get going. But I will turn the rest of the pumps on here. Beautiful. Friday, we are going to be checking out Dominic Design Team's new Sydney, Nova Scotia scenery. We're going to be operating, and again, things can change, but we're going to be operating in the E-Jets. Old flight flown by Jazz. They're doing it in the RJ right now. They're also doing it in the E-Jets as well. Over to Sydney. It's a small regional airport, nothing too crazy. It's just new Canadian scenery. You know, I'm from Canada. I always got to check out the new Canadian scenery. I don't even know there was any Canberra scenery. I don't have many airports in Australia. Just fly Tampa, Sydney, and Orbex, Melbourne. Yeah, Impulse Simulations, man. They have pretty much all of the scenery in Australia. I have all their scenery. Alice Springs, pretty sure they did. I think Perth is done by Exonos, if I'm not mistaken. Canberra. There's also some in Tasmania. There's Gold Coast. There's a whole bunch, man. Whole bunch. Not Adelaide, sorry. No, wait, I said Alice Springs. Alice Springs is a small airport in the middle of the freaking desert. You'll see, so during COVID, pretty much all the, I would say, wide-body aircraft parked their aircrafts there. So it's almost like a A380 and a 747 boneyard. Pretty cool to see. Impulse Simulations. Plenty of scenery out here. Whoever just subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. Always appreciate having new members, new subscribers, sorry, joining up on the channel here. Thank you, thank you. All right. Close all doors. Get them all closed up. Come back upstairs here. Anti-collision light coming on. And we'll get ready for push. Get on out of here.
To set parking brakes to request ground services.
Do I want to board crew? Very strange. No, I don't want to board crew. We are... I have no idea what stand we're at.
Please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Let me see. Echo 8, if I'm not mistaken. We're at Echo 8. We'll push back on the Gulf. I don't think there's anybody down here at the moment. We're the only ones. You need to sleep? All good, man. Go to bed, bro. See how much traffic we have out here in Australia right now. Not much. Not much. Does Australia get a lot of VATSIM controllers online? I know it's about 7 o'clock local time here in Melbourne. 7 a.m. They're about, what is that, 14 hours ahead of us. Probably just waking up.
Locking gear.
Beauty. Get that gear locked. Let's get going. By the way, Derzigi Design is also making a Sydney airport too. I don't know which one it is. It's not the big one. It's the little one. So, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome. All right, let's not forget. We are going to go to this view here. Victoria Day, yes. Yes, it's Victoria Day here in Ontario. I don't remember how to push back. Sorry. Anyway. Keybinds are a little bit different for Chase Plane. Orbex Melbourne is very frame heavy on FPS, drops down to the low 70s when I fly into the airport on my 4090. Low 70s?
Exiting from editing mode.
Due to icing
Please
conditions,
hold.
please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Parker brake coming off.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for
Icing
engine
conditions?
start
I didn't even check the
until
weather.
push is completed and brakes are set.
Didn't even check the weather out here in Melbourne. Right now it is 4 degrees. Yes, there are icing conditions. The winds are 010 at 12. It's 4 degrees. Altimeter 1031. She cold. I guess their summers are sort of done now in Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sun's starting to come up now. We're flying real time and real weather. For those of you wondering, it is real time. Waiting for a 20% N2. I'll come upstairs here. Flick this guy off. We don't need it on anymore.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
Beautiful. Should be fall or early winter time in the southern hemisphere right now. It's probably, I mean, if it's spring here, must be what? I guess fall out here. How cold does it get out here? Ah. Dugan engines, engine gens coming on. Probe heat's coming on and get our packs on.
Tow truck disconnected.
EPU bleed
Bypass pin
and
removed.
EPU coming off. Taxi light coming on. Engine start switches.
Left is clear.
Over to continuous.
Right is clear.
Laps 5. Pull up Navigraph here. We'll have a look at our departure. Let's actually make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Hold on. Uno momento. Let's park that right there. Beautiful. Alright, we're on the Dorsal 1 RNAV coming out of Melbourne. We're going to be departing runway 34. It's runway heading over to Rockdale. And then we'll continue on out to Dorsal, if I'm not mistaken. Runway 34, here's our information. Track 340 to Rockdale. Turn right, track 014 to Sally. There's no top altitude on here as well. Transalt's 10,000 feet. And again, the winds R010 at 12 visibility, 10,000 meters or greater. Just a few clouds at 2,500. I don't really see much clouds out there. It's 4 degrees, altimeter 1031. We are pretty much ready to go here. We're going to tack. So we're on Gulf. And we're going down to runway 34. So we're going down here. I'll probably just take... I guess we'll go to Alpha. So we're going to go Gulf, Alpha. And we'll hold short at Kilo. And then depart on out. Good stuff. We'll hide that. We'll arm the LNAV and the VNAV. And we should be ready to go. Transponder, flick it on. Lovely. Parker brake coming off. Shall we? Pretty cold in Australia. It's not far from Antarctica. We're getting about 50 frames right now on frame gen. A lot of the Orbeck scenery, for the most part, is pretty much frame heavy. Still a nice looking airport. Still a nice looking airport. Haven't heard back from, oh, by the way, whoever just subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. I reached out to the developers over at CSS to see if I can get a copy of their 737-500. They haven't reached back out to me yet. See if that happens. If that happens, you know, we'll give it a go. We'll do some Air North flights. We're probably not going to give something out. You know, probably not going to give something out. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not anticipating anything. You know what I mean? They've stalled their release of the aircraft. It's not ready. A lot of bugs. I know a couple streamers were having issues with the auto throttle. So, you know, they've only had a few to, you know, beta testers sort of help, I guess, test it. Not many people have flown the aircraft yet. So a lot of these bugs they're, I guess, starting to experience now. But they should probably do... I was talking about this with SimCFI kind of offline. They should probably invest in maybe 100 or so beta testers to help with the development of the aircraft. Looks like Sydney is further north because it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit outside compared to 38 here in Melbourne. Yeah, they're a little bit up there. We're a little close to the... We're actually at the bottom of Australia. Pretty much. We are at the bottom. And if you guys haven't done so, smash down that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. We are going for 15 likes today on both live streams. 1-5. We hit 41 likes yesterday. That was insane. Insane. Too bad we didn't get to go out to Anchorage yesterday. We'll redo that. Barack, what's going on? Are we going to take off or we just landed? We're about to take off. We're about to take off. We'll sneak in, you know, an Anchorage to Juneau flight sometime soon. Gotta see why Juneau is so stuttery. I don't know if that's just how that scenery is. It probably is. But Juneau's a beautiful airport, and some of their jetways don't attach. So it wasn't just me. Sun is rising in Melbourne. Home of the Australian Grand Prix, I believe. Nobody's coming in. Melbourne traffic, velocity 291. Lining up runway 34 on the Dosol 1. Let's see if that worked. I don't know if it did. Yeah, it did. Alright, strobe lights. Runway turn lights, you guys know the drill. On the brakes. Beautiful. This is weird. The lights don't come on when you click on it from there. Well, we won't put the logo lights on. Everything else is good to go. Enjoy the departure, ladies and gents. Throttle's going up. 40%. Checked. Very bumpy.
Positive rate.
Very smooth departure. You're going up. We're flying, friends. Whoa. ISO, what's going on? Alright, let's start pitching her down. Beautiful. Laps one. From Algeria, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you stopping in. Hope you're enjoying it. Laps up. We're gonna hand fly this bird for a little bit. Oh, baby. Airplane's feeling really nice right now. We're in Australia. The land down under. A little bumpy coming up here. I'm going to go ahead and throw the autopilot on. Beautiful. Not a bad little departure. Hey, whoever just subscribed to the channel, welcome, welcome, and thank you. Let's enjoy this beautiful Australian morning, and we'll listen to the boar sounds while we're here. Turn the steam upside down since you're in Turn the stream upside down? That'd be funny. That'd be funny. I'm telling you, Australia is a beautiful country. Definitely worth flying in the sim. And I'm excited to hop into 2024 once it's all ready and see, you know, what certain regions look like. Australia is freaking beautiful. You really like the flight? Thanks, man. I appreciate you. There's 10,000 feet. Go ahead and get the rest of our lights off here. Engine start switches can come off. All of this is good. 10,000 feet, so standard pressure is set. We're climbing, ladies and gents. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sounds down, music's coming up. We're gonna enjoy it. Beautiful. So, like I said, title show and return flight. We're not coming back to Melbourne. From Canberra, we are headed up to the Gold Coast. I haven't loaded up the actual scenery yet. I don't know if it's installed in the community folder for Morebacks. I just don't know if it works yet. First time I'm going to be flying and landing in the Gold Coast. It was one of the airports last year that I was most excited to check out. I just unfortunately never got around to grabbing it. There was a time when I was doing some flights with my videos before I started doing live streams, and we were in Australia, and Gold Coast was one of them that I was looking forward to flying to. But we never made around to it. But anyway, we're here. We're here. Cruising up to 35,000 feet today, ladies and gents. Top of climb. Once we hit top of climb, we're going to be cruising up at 35,000, probably for about 40 miles or so. Show us how to land. Yes, I said probably in about 40 minutes time, we'll be landing the aircraft in Canberra, the capital of Australia. This flight is 48 minutes long. It's not a long flight at all. And again, I appreciate everybody stopping in. If you haven't done so, drop a like for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. We're going for 15 likes, ladies and gents. Vertical stream, as always, does really, really well. Right now, we have a total of 6 likes on the vertical stream. We have a total of 18 people watching. You guys can help out the channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm telling you, man, the vertical streams are here to stay forever and ever. We hit a big milestone on the channel yesterday. We had about 6,000 total views on a live stream, which is it's a lot. Thank you, thank you. Vinod Gadia. Hello, hello. Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, that's a sick shot right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Pretty sure in Australia they do I don't know what airport. They probably fly to Melbourne. You could do a sightseeing tour to Antarctica where they operate a flight. You don't actually land in Antarctica. You depart out of Australia. I'm pretty sure you depart out of Melbourne. It might be maybe a different city. But they do these tourist flights where they fly a wide-body aircraft over to Antarctica. I think they get down to about 2,000 feet. And they do like a quick little tour of it. And they head back up the coast. That'd be pretty cool to see. Go to Antarctica, you know? Brad, what's going on? They fly out of Hobart? That's actually, dude, when I grabbed the scenery for Hobart in this sim, probably one of the most beautiful approaches I've ever flown was flying into Hobart. Hobart's in Tasmania, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Look at the photogrammetry out in Australia. I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream. Sorry, on the shorts vertical stream. On the main canvas, it's phenomenal out here. Yeah, I don't know any other sort of flight out to Antarctica where people can go to. Just regular tourists. I know you could do flights out of, or I know flights come out of South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I think they come out of Cape Town. Just don't know if tourists are allowed to go there. But there are some flights out of Cape Town to Antarctica, probably for scientists and stuff like that. Beautiful. You guys liking the tunes? The tunes are pretty cool. Epidemic Sound. I got to renew my subscription in 30 days' time. I feel like I'm in the 80s with this music, man. How's everybody doing on this Monday evening? It might be Tuesday morning where you're at. It might be Monday afternoon. I have no idea where you guys are from. Here in Southern Ontario, it's almost 6 p.m. Eastern. Got to work tomorrow. No work today. We had a national holiday or public holiday. It's Victoria Day here in Southern Ontario. They actually land there, but just on the island or peninsula. Most people visit by cruise ship. They definitely do. I think there is a out of Africa as well. You can do a cruise. I watched. I'm into watching, like, I don't know, aviation videos and traveling videos on YouTube. I've seen that one where you can take a cruise ship out there, and then I think you actually step into Antarctica, and I think you live in a tent or something like that for a couple days. Is there any good Antarctica scenery in Microsoft Flight Sim? I mean, I'm not too keen on flying there. I don't know if any of these aircrafts are able to program a flight to Antarctica, but that'd be pretty cool. Okay, let's see how the aircraft's doing. Beautiful. Got an aircraft 2,000 feet above us. Going to be coming off to our left wing here. It's beautiful out here, man. I'm telling you. Definitely a place I want to visit. 100%. We're going to be doing the return flight, by the way, back to Toronto from Sydney. That flight is Sydney to Vancouver, and then Vancouver to Toronto. Same plane. We'll definitely get back to doing that. That's a nice 22-hour live stream right there. We'll have to break that up into 2 streams. And is it Canberra or Canberra? I think it's Canberra. I know Karen's is pronounced cans. Like cans. Right? Lingo's a little bit different up here. Sorry, down here. This is the land down under. Alright, we're going to reach top of... We're not even going to reach top... Oh yeah, we will reach top climb. There we go. We're going to be cruising for about 40 miles once we get up there. So we're about 80 miles from top of descent. I'm already going to start planning the approach coming into Canberra. The winds are 130 at 7, which means we're going to be doing an RNAV approach runway 17. Coming in, we're on the Manda 3 X-ray. Let's look at a couple things here. Altimeter is going to be 1032. So I'll go ahead and set that right now. Beautiful. Looks like our approach is plugged in. We're already good with that. Runway 17. Let's get our fixes in. 5 and 10 mile radius or distances. Sorry. And it's not a ILS approach. We don't need to plug in any frequencies or anything like that. We're still climbing up to 35,000 feet. We'll leave that there. But everything else is looking relatively good. We'll go auto brake 2. Because I don't think it's a super long runway. Actually, it's 11,000 feet. We got enough space. Essentially. Oh shit, the pilots just reappeared. We are on VATSIM, but there is no ATC. I don't think there's ever much ATC out here. A little early as well. A little early as well. I'm going to start setting up for flight number 2 over to Gold Coast. By the way, this aircraft does fly to Gold Coast, Virgin Australia, out of Canberra. So we're just pretty much doing a connection flight. Nothing too out of the ordinary, and for the most part, still real world. Beauty. You could actually fly directly from Toronto to Sydney on the 300 ER via redispatching, so you could file a flight plan from Toronto to Vancouver. When you reach Vancouver, you load up the flight plan to Sydney. Or you could just do a direct flight, no? Pretty sure you could do a direct flight. Without having to go up to Vancouver. Didn't aircraft used to fly from Toronto to Vancouver from Toronto to Sydney? I think they did. Air Canada also flies to Melbourne as well, if I'm not mistaken, from Vancouver. Guys, give me 1 sec. How's the stream running? Is the stream running okay in the background? It says that we're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Course OBS wants to take a dump on me. Let me know if both streams are running okay. OBS is showing okay. Looks like it's running okay. My stream looks okay. I don't know. There's 35,000 feet, top of drop in about less than 40 miles. And if I'm having any issues with the stream, be sure to drop that down in the comments. I'm getting an error message here that's saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. No idea what that means. Don't know why all of a sudden. This is the thing with streaming. From time to time it works, you know? Alright, the Manda 3 X-Ray, what are we going down to? Looks like we'll start at 9,000 feet. Beautiful. Shane, it's all good? What's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. Picked up another sub. Thank you very much, whoever that was. I appreciate it. And again, OBS is telling me it's not receiving enough. What does it say here? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will expect buffering. So like I said, let me know down in the comments if it is doing any of that. I don't think it is. I'm not dropping any frames. My connection seems good. So hopefully everything works out. Hopefully. I'll have to play with some settings again. Because everything was great up until a couple days now. Alright, top of descent's coming up. Just get the music off. Sim sounds going back up here. Focus on landing. Coming in here. We are on the Manda 3 X-Ray, sending into Canberra for runway 17. Canberra traffic, hello, velocity 291. We're descending on the Manda 3 X-Ray for runway 17. Canberra traffic. Alright, good to go here. Down to 9,000 feet. We got a little bit of elevated land on this arrival, so gotta watch out for that. We gotta adhere to the altitude constraints. Beauty. Gonna be a fun one. Let's set up our courses here. Just to confirm, runway heading 168. Set that up as well. Set 168, 168. Beautiful. We'll keep our heading for now. Iyad, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. Iyad, I've been asking chat if they can let me know about the stream quality. A little concerned because YouTube is telling me my stream quality is not that good. Just let me know. How's the stream, man? How's the quality of the stream? How's the sound? How's the audio? How's the visuals? Probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up stopping the main canvas. I call the main stream the main canvas stream. And probably just stick to doing the vertical stream going forward. It's working good? Okay, perfect. Thank you. 1080, 60 frames? Thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Are you working tonight? It's gotta be what? Close to midnight over there. Audio is good? Awesome, awesome. Shane says it's good as well. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate you. Alright. Let's look at these beautiful visuals out here. Once we get on the ground in Canberra, we're going to start a deboarding process. We're headed up to the Gold Coast. We're going to continue this aircraft up to the Gold Coast. There's a crew over there that's going to take over the aircraft and bring it back down. Once we deboard, I'm probably going to step away for about 10 minutes. My girlfriend, she's got a nail appointment. She's got to go do something with her nails. I don't know what the hell it's called. They got to bill them or some shit. Kids are going to be upstairs for a bit. I'm going to go up there and just, lay the law for them, and then I'll be back down. Loo day today and the next 2 days off. Oh, you guys got a loo day as well? Oh, no, you have a loo day, which means you worked an extra shift, and today they gave you loo day. Is that what that means? We have a holiday here in Ontario, in Canada. We have Victoria Day. So we're off today. There's no work. I took the kids to a dinosaur park, man. Canada's National Dinosaur Park or some shit. It's pretty cool. A little chilly today. Warmed up in the afternoon. Got up to about 17 degrees. But really cold this morning. Zach, this is the NG engine. So this is the 737-800. With the Boris sound packs. Appreciate you stopping in, Zach. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We are descending now into Canberra. We should be landing probably in the next 15 minutes or so. And if you guys haven't done so on the vertical live stream, drop a like for me, man. I greatly appreciate that. We are looking for 15 likes. We got a lot of people in chat right now. Appreciate everybody coming to hang out. We got 31 viewers, 8 likes. If you guys can get that up, hit that number from 8 up to 15. I'd greatly appreciate that. We don't involve with women thing. We just, I see. Alright, I gotta see where are we parking once we get into Canberra. We are going to... going over there. Alright, makes sense. Let's have a look on our charts. So we're gonna vacate to the right. We're probably gonna take... what is this, November? We'll probably make it right onto November. Parking up here, probably gate 6. Or gate 7 in Canberra. The winds in Canberra currently 130 at 7. Hopefully, the winds aren't gonna Do some Microsoft Flight Sim shit on us. It's overcast at 4,700 feet. I don't see a cloud in the freaking sky. My live weather on. Live weather is on. Beautiful. One thing I forgot to do. Rex Atmos. Temperature 6 degrees. Altimeter 1032. I think I've flown into this airport once. I think I've done it one time. Map Australia. Yep, we are in Australia. This is the charts here. For you guys, I'll zoom it out, show you guys what the waypoints look like and where we're at and where we're going. So you guys can't see it, but pretty much, say like down here is where we currently are on the map. So cruising up here somewhere. Capital of Australia. You know what? I had no idea Canberra was the capital of Australia. I always thought it was Sydney for some reason. Is Sydney the biggest city in Australia? It must be, right? Sydney, probably Perth, maybe Melbourne, Brisbane. Gotta be, right? Ah, one thing I didn't set, my minimums. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that. Minimums are 2270. 2270. Appreciate whoever just subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Flight Sim gaming community. A little bit of a wind shift there. Pretty strange. Probably at the end of the week, we're going to be going back into Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We'll have a look at Sim Update 2. Friday, I want to fly in the E-Jets. There's some new Nova Scotian scenery that came out by Dominic Design Team. I want to check it out. What's my minimums? 2280? 2270. Been a while since we flew in the E-Jets. I still get a lot of people that ask me to fly it. I mean, I guess I was one of the only streamers at the time to give the E-Jets a real chance, you know what I'm saying? I pretty much built this channel around the E-Jets. Most of my videos, actually pretty much all of my big videos were E-Jets content. And whoever just subscribed to the channel, thank you very much again. We've picked up 7 subs on the day. Appreciate every single person subbing to the channel. Closing in on 2100, ladies and gents. But yeah, we'll get back in the E-Jets. I really have no idea what's been happening in the E-Jets in the last little while. I do follow Flight Sim Studios. They've reached out to them as well, let them know that I am a content creator, I'm a streamer. If they wanted me to, I don't know, fly the airplane on channel, just give me a shout, but they never reached back to me. But I enjoy flying the Flight Sim Studio E-Jets. I mean, I know it doesn't have VNAV. I know some of the systems don't work. But I think the flight model is fantastic. I think it's fantastic. A lot to be desired with the E-Jets. It's not, you know, it's probably 60% complete, I would say. You know, the exterior modeling looks really good. Cockpit looks pretty good. It's not terrible. The sounds, you know, they're okay. They need some work. Hopefully Boris will come up with something. What else? Again, the flight model's fantastic. If you guys haven't flown the Flight Sim Studios E-Jets, the flight model, in my opinion, is probably one of the better ones. Very surprising, considering the state of the aircraft. VNAV. There's a way to work around the VNAV. I typically descend using the flight path angle. That's what I typically use. The flight path angle, you know, you come in at a 3-degree angle. You got to do some calculations, you know what I mean? For the most part, it works out well. But, you know, I think it's great. They've worked on the reverse thrust. They've worked on the brakes. All that great stuff. It lands a little bit hard, in my opinion. A couple reps with it in FSI panel, and you should be good to go. Again, if you guys are starting off in you know, with flight sim, whether it's on X-Plane or whatever. I think FSI panel only works for Microsoft Flight Sim. If you have Microsoft Flight Sim, I recommend getting that. Helps you, you know, with practicing your landings and crafting your actual flying experience. I think they were saying, I did ask developers over at FSI panel if they were ever gonna develop some stuff to practice your takeoffs, and they said eventually. Don't know what that means, but it's a great little program to have for sure. All right, we're going down to 9,000. From 9,000, we're going to be going down to 7,000, 6,000, and then 5,000. We got some terrain coming up here, so we don't want to get too low. We'll let the VNAV sort of do its thing. Jay's playing another add-on you should have for the sim. Absolutely recommend it. It's always being updated too. Not available for 2024 yet, only available for 2020. But it definitely changes, you know, everything with the camera presets. I really enjoy it. We got this one here too. I'm not crazy for the exterior presets only because they're very shaky. I'm sure I could probably fix that. Hold on. Actually, I know I can fix that. I think it's under groups. I don't know what view this would be. Hold on. It's the green view, whatever that is. That would be hard mounted. So you can click on that, and you can actually change the intensity. Firmness. See, there's no more shaking on the external view. Beautiful. You can change that with everything. So there's a little bit of, I don't know, physics with landing and stuff like that. All as if the pilots kind of bounce around in the cockpit. You can adjust those intensities. I think it's a pretty cool view. Let me see actually what other views are available for this aircraft. Can't preview any of these ones. I want to see if they got like a landing gear one. Spot view. No. I don't have one. So I can go here. Ah, there's a gear view. So we'll set this one. So we have this one and we have this one. Beautiful. So easy to set camera views, man. This chase plane's fantastic. It's fantastic. You'll see when I drop the gear. Pretty cool. How cool it actually looks. And again, if you guys are enjoying the content, smash down that thumbs up button for me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not. Gotta say, man, the vertical streams have been doing fantastic. Appreciate everybody kind of hanging out. We got 10 likes on the vertical stream. 41 people in the chat. You guys have a spare like available. If you can kindly drop that down for me, I greatly appreciate it. Going for a total of 15 likes. We're, I don't know, what is that? 66% of the way there. Thank you, everybody, for helping out with that. We're almost at transition altitude. And just to confirm, the altimeter's in Canberra is 1032. Beautiful. Photogrammetry looks fantastic in Australia. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't fly out here too often, only because there's not much ATC out here, unfortunately. So even now, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning local time. We're not going to get any ATC, unfortunately. Still a little bit too early. All right, 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and drop the landing lights. And I'll switch over to the Canberra altimeter. Vancouver to Sydney. Hold on, I'll read that in 1 sec. Would be really cool, but you might need to break that into 2 streams considering it's over 14 hours. Yes, I've learned that the hard way. We'll have to break that into 2 streams. Absolutely. But that's why I would make it worth my while and just continue to flight over to Toronto. That guy, what's going on, man? Yes, I do remember you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Down to 6,000 feet. Speed brake's coming out. We're only about 500 feet above the VNAV profile. It's not too crazy. Clouds look fantastic right now. They're not popcorny-ish. They look really soft. A little bit of a little bit grainy. I'm pretty sure you can change that setting though. There's a grain setting you can adjust. Pretty sure. We're about 20 miles east of the airport. Sorry, west of the airport. Canberra traffic velocity 291. We are about 20 miles west of the airfield. We're on the Manda 3 X-Ray. RNAV arrival, and we're planning runway 17, Canberra traffic. SimCFI, what's going on, man? Thanks, bro. I appreciate you stopping in, man. Appreciate you stopping in. The winds are currently calm in Canberra. I could have probably taken the ILS, but whatever. We're already set up. We're already set up. Get that down to 5,000. Beauty. And then from there, we're going to go down to 3,400 feet. Capital of Australia, ladies and gents. I like watching you. I will sub on a different account. I appreciate you, man. You don't have to do that. 1 sub is more than enough. In 5. Did you just sub? Did you just sub again? Thank you, man. Super kind of you. Appreciate it. Nice little roll there. Start getting the speed down. We'll get down to about 210. Again, another subscriber. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are too kind. We're closing up on 2,100 subs. Pedro, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome. About to land in Canberra. We're going to be doing the RNP approach for runway 17. The wind's currently calm. The winds were 130 at 5. That's why we sort of set up for this runway. Sam Hatcher, what's going on? It's a name I haven't seen in a while. Almost to 15 likes. We're almost there, ladies and gents. If you guys can kindly drop a like bomb for me, I'd greatly appreciate that. Can we get 15 likes before we land? That would be awesome. That'd be sick. Alright, we'll continue our descent down 3,400. Beauty. I don't think we got any traffic coming in here. I think it's just us. Did you guys know Canberra is the capital of Australia? I had no freaking idea. I had no idea. I legit thought it was Sydney. That's how much I know about Australia. Shit. One thing I didn't do. This guy. See how it's yapping at me? Beautiful. Look at that storm cell. Damn. Alright, we're gonna go flaps 1. And we'll go speed 190. Ground spoilers armed. Canberra is the capital of Australia. Believe it or not. Pretty bumpy coming in here. Pretty rough stuff. We're gonna go flaps 5. That weather looks intimidating. Looks pretty cool though. Looks pretty cool. $170 on the speed. And we'll continue descending on down. Minimums are 2270, so we'll go down to 2,500 feet. 2,500 feet. Still looking good though. No luck with the 500, no. Not yet. El Matador, what's going on? Do a backflip? No, I'm good. Alright, gear coming down. Laps 15. Gotta watch out for that big stump in the middle there. Hopefully we don't hit it. I don't think we will. Alright, get the rest of our lights on. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna reach out to me, bro. That's just between me and you. 148. And we'll continue on with our laps here. I'm subscribing right now. Thanks, that guy. Appreciate you, bro. Super kind of you. I think they might have realized there were some major issues with that airplane. There definitely was. Alright, we're geared down 3 green. Flaps are set, ladies and gents. Enjoy the arrival.
1,000.
I'm happy that I have visuals. 1,000 feet my aircraft.
Terrain. Pull up.
We've heard enough of that all week. Get your landing rates in the chat. We're gonna grease this one. We're 1 white, 3 red. Let's get back on the paps here. Canberra traffic, velocity 291, short final runway 17. They didn't have anybody in the beta team, really. They had a few beta testers. That was it. Cheryl Johnston.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Saying the winds are calm. It's definitely windy.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Those winds were not calm. First green. Those winds were not calm. Onto the manual braking, 70 knots. Reverser stowed. Ladies and gents, welcome down to Canberra. Sounds down. Beautiful. Nice landing, thank you. Definitely not calm winds. Definitely not. Alright. Let's vacate. Decent landing. I think the runway's elevated. Pretty sure. Definitely looks like it is. Yeah. Appreciate all the subscriptions. I think we just picked up 3 on that approach there. I gotta see what gate are we going to, ladies and gents. Was it 6? 7? We're gonna go to 7. We'll go 5. Beauty. Hi from the Netherlands. What's going on? Hussein, appreciate you stopping in. Welcome. That guy. Hope all is well. Where are you flying? Mr. Gameplay, we are in Australia, and thank you, Hussein, for the subscription. Appreciate you as well. AZ Corp, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in as well. All right. We got no ATC. This guy coming off. And let's go ahead and spool up the Apu. Beautiful. We're not doing the return to Melbourne. We're going to Gold Coast. We're continuing on up into northern part of Australia. Yes, we were going to do the return. I know the title says return on the mainstream. But fuck it. We're going to go to the Gold Coast. I decided I wanted to give it a go. One of the most anticipated airports for me in 2024. Orbex Gold Coast. I've never flown into it yet. But where are you going in Australia? So we just landed in Canberra. We flew out of Melbourne. And we're going to deboard here in Canberra. And in about 25-30 minutes, we're going to be departing Canberra for Gold Coast. That's the plan. That's the plan anyway. I was going to do a return back to Melbourne, but now we're going to give Gold Coast a go. And the scenery's nice, man, I'm telling you. Impulse Simulations does a great job. Thanks, man. I'm looking something to watch before to sleep, and I saw you in good streams. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. We're going out over here somewhere. Not sure if this is 2024 compatible, by the way. What's our landing rate there? 118, 1.02 G, 1.5 left side slip. Decent, not the greatest. Yogi, what's going on, man? Do a donut? Nah. This is the 800. Going to gate 5. I don't know. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of, like, Victoria, BC. Gold Coast is a beautiful scenery. Good pick. I didn't purchase... There's also a... I have no idea where I'm going next one. There's also a city pack for it, too. I did not grab. Yeah, it's PMDG 737-800. With the Boris sound pack. This PMDG can't do sounds. Random Flights, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Parker break on, don't worry about GSX. APU gen coming on, APU bleed coming on, beautiful. I don't really know the shutdown procedures, but for the most part, you know, we do what we need to do. Packs coming off, probe heats, so we'll get those guys off as well. Seatbelt lights, beautiful. Fuel pumps, yaw dampener coming off. And it's request deboarding. What's the next flight? We are going to Gold Coast.
Deboarding requested.
We are going to the Gold Coast. All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to deboard. I'm going to quickly go run upstairs. Girlfriend's going to get her nails done. Kids are going to be upstairs. So I'm just going to go lay the law, and then I'm going to come back down, and we'll continue on the flight. Enjoy the deboarding process. This is one of my favorite parts, most definitely. Catch y'all in a few, ladies and gents. Don't go anywhere.
Passengers deboarding starting. This is your favorite plane? Fly with Ryanair next week to Poznan, Poland. But I think it's a MAX, not an 800.
Could be a Max, could be an 800. They got both aircraft, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. All right, I'm just going to set up flight number 2 here. Our call sign is going to be Velocity 1687 out to the Gold Coast. Got to see where aircraft are departing out of Canberra. They were landing on 17. I know that. Let's have a look. Still showing 130 at 8. And they're still departing runway 17. Looks like OBS is doing some things again with the live stream. It's showing encoder overload. If you guys can let me know down in the chat if it's okay. Showing excellent connection still. Okay. Very strange. OBS is giving me a hard time at the moment. As long as it's not lagging or whatnot. How long does deboarding take? About 15 minutes. Maybe less. Definitely less. What am I saying? Not maybe. Definitely less. All right, let me pre-file Velocity 1687. Beauty. Almost set here. We're going to jump inside the cockpit here. We're going to start loading up flight number 2 here. Request new data from SimBrief. There we go. Velocity 1687. Service from Canberra up to Gold Coast. Total of 541 miles, ladies and gents. All right, let's get set up here. We're at gate 5. Yankee Bravo Charlie Golf. And nope. Deboarding complete. Go ahead and load up our second flight plan. And request boarding. Velocity 1687. Beautiful. Payload and fuel is set. Picked up another subscriber. Thank you very much. Whoever that was. Greatly appreciate that. Welcome to the Flight Sim Gaming community. Total flight time today, hour 25 minutes on this one. Hour 25. Activate. Execute. Beautiful. We're going to depart off of runway 17. Let me see my charts here. Yeah, we could do, technically, we could still do the... What's on the AvBag 3? We'll do the AvBag 3 off of runway 17. No transition. Beautiful. Coming into Gold Coast. Looks like we're expecting runway 14. The winds are 220 at 7. What are my options here? That's an ILS. Lovely. We get to do an ILS. We'll be on the Bernie 3 Alpha. Bernie 3 Alpha. ILS Zulu 14. Let me see. What are my options? There's only one. Execute. Beautiful. All of that should be okay in there. Go ahead and request our performance numbers. Clear that for you guys. Beautiful. We'll load it up. We're cruising up to 38,000 feet on this trip. Transat 10,000 feet. We'll plan our performance numbers. We're going to depart runway 17. Canberra, import everything. Beautiful. Flaps 5, takeoff 1, sell 41. So takeoff 1, sell of 41. That's a flaps 5 departure. Trim 4.84. Somewhere about right there. V2 is 43, 143. Beautiful. Now, on our departure, do we have any restrictions? No initial climb, none of that. So we'll just go up to flight level 380. Beautiful. Come back over to our weather information in Canberra. The altimeter is 1032. That's all set. Winds 140 at 5. What the hell is going to be our runway heading? 168. Why is this worse? .168 is set. Beautiful. We're on Unicom. And APU is still on and running, so we'll get our fuel pumps on as we're already fueled up here. Seatbelt lights are coming back on. 38,000 feet. And last but not least, we got to check our airport elevation of 21. So we'll set 50 for that guy. Beautiful. All right, friends. We're just waiting for everybody to board up here. In the meantime, I'll show you guys the departure here. We're on the Av bag 3 out of runway 17. So we're departing runway heading. Gonna be at 3,200 before we start our turn. Above 8,000 and out to Av bag. Very simple. There's no top altitude, but I guess ATC would probably give you that. Transact 10,000 feet. And again, the winds are 140 at 5. Visibility is looking pretty good. Broken clouds at 4,500. It's 8 degrees, pretty chilly. Altimeter 1032. Good stuff. Good stuff. Another 30-ish passengers to go here. I think we're all set up here. We got our flight plan filed. We are connected on VATSIM. I think. Great looking scenery in Canberra. Highly recommend getting it. Impulse Simulations. They do great stuff. Great scenery. Prices, pretty much decently priced. Ground textures look great. Terminals look great. They got a lot of detail installed with this scenery. Tons of detail. Let me get myself back up in here. The captain is back, ladies and gents. Captain is back. Give me 1 sec. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Girlfriend's leaving. Had to say goodbye. Beautiful. All right. Everything's looking good, except OBS. OBS is giving us some troubles here and there. Stream's still looking okay. Flamingo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Hope all is well. How are we looking on the vertical stream? Vertical stream's looking fantastic. Again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We got a total of 19 likes on the vertical stream. We've surpassed our like goal of 15. I'm going to start upping our like goals on the vertical streams. Maybe we'll do 30. We'll double it up. Flamingo, how you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Hope all is well. Thank you. Thank you. We are leg number 2. Service up to Gold Coast with Virgin Australia. Velocity 1687 is our call sign. It's a real-world flight flown by Virgin Australia. I know the title says return. Which means we would be going back to Melbourne, but we're not. Look at that shot right there. Look at that shot. You can see the beautiful terminal, all that detail. Beautiful. We're not going back to Melbourne. We're going up to the Gold Coast. We're going to be checking out Orbex's scenery. We haven't flown in here yet, and I just was just saying not too long ago, it was one of my most anticipated airports for 2024. Or last year. Not the sim, not the game. But for the actual year. It was one of my most anticipated sceneries of last year. I didn't end up purchasing it till about... I was literally on my way home from taking the kids out. We went to a dinosaur park. And I was like, you know what? Let's not go back to Melbourne. Let's buy Gold Coast. And that's what we did. We bought Gold Coast. I'm about to fly the Singapore 73 MAX 8, and I'm trying my best to learn how to read charts better. Well, if there's any questions, I mean, I'm not a real-world pilot, but you can absolutely ask me. I'm pretty decent with it. Canberra traffic velocity 1687. We're going to push back gate 5. Are you a real-world pilot or just a flight sim enthusiast? I'm just a flight sim enthusiast, man. Not a real-world pilot. I'm a real-world automotive service technician by trade. Got into aviation during
Pushback.
COVID, during 2020, man. Fell in love with it ever since. If I was young enough, no kids, no family, no responsibility, I probably would go get my pilot's license, but it's so bloody expensive, I can't afford it. Unless I win the lottery. I mean, this is the cheaper alternative for me, and I love doing this. I love flying in the sim.
Departure checks completed.
I made some great connections with some real-world pilots, you know, in real life. Got a great buddy, Mr. Sim CFI. I know him personally, and a couple other pilots as well. So I know how much dedication and I don't know, all of that just to get your pilot's license. It's just really expensive here, man. To get your PPL, you're about $10,000 to $20,000, and then by the time you get up to the airlines, I don't know, you're about $150,000. Doesn't make sense for me. I got about $100,000 in tools, you know, just as a mechanic. So my husband wanted to get his pilot license, but I agree it's expensive. You know, if you can afford to do it, definitely go and do it. You know what I mean? If I was 20, still living at home, you know, I'm going to be 33 years old, but if I was 20, 100%, I would have been doing it for sure. What the hell happened to Chase Plane here? Okay, there we go. Chase Plane's up and running. Quick edit pushback. Super expensive. Super expensive. It sucks, man. It doesn't allow people to, I guess, go out and try it. You know what I mean? We have we got a program here with Jazz. Jazz is a regional carrier in Canada. They have a fast track program to get you seated in a CRJ or in a Q400, but it's about $120,000. So, I mean, I got kids, I got, you know, responsibilities. I don't think it makes sense to spend that kind of money. You know what I mean? If my kids want to do it, I mean, I'm not going to push them to be a, you know, pilot, but if that's something they want to do, I absolutely will invest the money for them. But a little too late for me. Who just Greg? Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Welcome aboard to the Fight Sim gaming community. What do I got to remove here? Chocks. It's yapping at me. Ground connections. Remove chocks.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes coming off. Beautiful.
Commencing push. All engines
Basil
clear.
Nabid.
Start at will.
Does OSAP pay for that? Or what? The mechanic stuff? OSAP, the Ontario... What's OSAP? That's the apprenticeship program, right? Startup engine number 2. It's better to spend money on the kiddos for them to do something exactly. Exactly. I'll be honest, I love my job. I don't hate my job. I'm still young. I became a shop foreman at my dealership, a very busy Honda dealership last year. That's pretty much the top that you'll get in the industry as a mechanic. So I'm happy with that. I love my job. I don't want to quit it. You know what I mean? Paid a lot of money for our daughter to go to gymnastics. Trust me, I know what it's like to put kids through sports. They did soccer last year. This year, my daughter didn't want to do anything, but my son's in baseball. And he's only 6. It's $1,000. It's $1,000. Ontario Students Assistant, it pays for college and universities. OSAP, no. So, for the apprenticeship stuff, there is no OSAP. There's what we have, OYAP, the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program. The good thing about the apprenticeship program for the automotive stuff, the government pays you to go to school, from my understanding. They did it when I went to trade school. I completed trade school. I got my license in 2015, I believe. It's about 10 years now. And when I went to college, I went to Centennial College for automotive. And the government pays for 80% of your tuition. You just pay the 20%, which is like $500. And that's sort of how that works. So OYAP, not OSAP, OYAP. Again, I don't know if it's the same. I got to ask, actually, some of the co-op students that I have at the dealership. I should ask what the process is now. I'm pretty sure it's the same, but we also used to get incentive grants every time we completed a level in trade school. The government does not give those grants anymore, unfortunately. Kind of sucks. Do you know how to check my CG in the 7.3 Max 8? I don't know how to check it. I think it in the Max 8. Are you flying the iFly Max 8? If you are, I think it's just all automatic. Our daughter has turned into a game girl, plays on her Switch and MetaQuest. She's a preteen. Remember those years being a preteen? I definitely do. My kids play Roblox. They got iPads. Not really into the gaming stuff yet. You know, not like into PlayStation or anything like that. They'll play PS5 from time to time, but they're into Roblox and that kind of stuff. And you never know where that'll take her, too. If she is really good at it and she enjoys it, I mean, there's streamers at 18 years old that are making $1 million a year. Where am I based out of? I'm in the GTA. Just west of Toronto. All right, let's come upstairs here. Taxi lights are on. All this is all switched on. We're ready to go here. We are flaps 5. We've armed our LNAV, VNAV. Let's bring up the charts. We're going to runway 17. I guess we'll take Charlie Bravo. We'll cross runway 12, runway 12. We'll continue on Bravo over to Echo. Canberra traffic, velocity 1687, taxiing to runway 17. Charlie Bravo, cross runway 12. Continue on Bravo, and we'll hold short of Echo for runway 17. Canberra traffic. Beautiful. Does this have rollout actuator? I don't know what that is. Marker break off. Let's go. Is CG my cargo? No, that's center of gravity. Center of gravity, you can check in your main settings here. Weight and balance up top. It'll open up this page, and CG will be, I don't know, I'm using, I don't really use the Microsoft fuel and weights. I just, whenever the aircraft loads up. Appreciate whoever just subscribed to the channel. Welcome to the Flight Sim Gaming community. All right, we're going to be making a left onto Bravo. Located under the FO tiller, fitted to Cat 3C aircraft that steers the aircraft on ground. I have no idea if it does. Where's Bravo? I think this is Bravo here. Canberra traffic, velocity 1687, crossing runway 12 on Bravo. Beautiful. I'll be honest, Riley, I don't know all the ins and outs with the aircrafts. I know enough, just enough to get flying in the sim. That's really it. I'm a gamer guy. I've been playing video games forever. And I like to get really good at them. In terms of actual how things work in an aircraft, I mean, for the most part, like I said, I know enough to sort of get by. It's typically not seen in the flight deck. It's behind the panels located below the flight deck. An indication of rollout actuator is the presence of an FO tiller, Cat 3 decal on P8 pedestal or P1. Back here. It might be there. Riley, are you, do you fly Microsoft Flight Sim? Chess Playground, what's going on? Max Verstappen on the chat. I don't know about that. He did win yesterday. He did win. I don't think he has a chance. And whoever just subscribed, thank you very much. That's, I think, a total of 14 subs on the evening. I don't think he has a chance to win the championship. Unless Red Bull comes out with something. It's definitely going to be a McLaren year. I don't think it's going to be Lando. I think he's just too much in his head, man. He's got to understand he's a really good driver. It's got a really good car. Just drive the fucking car. That's all you got to do. Piastri, and I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings if you guys and gals are F1 people. Piastri is the better driver. I fly them in X-Plane, but work on them IRL, so I like to see how they're modeled in other sims. Oh, shit. Okay. This is the PMDG 7.3. So, what are you saying? It's typically not seen in the flight deck. It's behind the panels, located below the flight deck. It might be down here. I'm not sure. But PMDG makes this airplane. This is, it's not a study level. I think they like to call it a study level, but it's a pretty damn good detailed airplane. I don't know what that means. But thank you. No problem, man. Just work. Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. All good, Flamingo. I'd like to see Lewis, though. He needs to get a dub soon time. I don't think this is the year for Ferrari, obviously. They were the stronger constructor in the second half of last year. So they should have, if anybody should have been strong coming out into 2025, it should have been Ferrari. I don't know. Little tough. Little tough. Lewis is doing too much. He doesn't know the car. Study level is a marketing tactic. Yes, it is. No aircraft can be 100%. PMDG is good though, but it can be overpriced. Don't even talk to me about it being overpriced, man. I'm so pissed off that there was no discount for that 200 ER. But PMDG is really good. I can't even knock them. I wish they would just work with Boris Sounds or Boris Audio Works and just get him to do all the sounds for all their aircraft. But you're right. No aircraft can be study level. This is a video game at the end of the day. I am going to be going out to a 747 simulator for a real-world company soon. My buddy flies for JetBlue. He used to fly for this company based out of Miami. It's a cargo company. I don't want to say who, but he's getting me in flying 747 sim. That's probably as real as it's going to get. Right? You can't recreate flight physics. You know what I mean? Canberra traffic, velocity 1687, landing up runway 17. All right, let's get our runway turn lights on. Strobe lights coming on. The world's first operational jet fighter made by the Germans. Didn't know that. I'm a lurk now. I'm going to make my homemade spaghetti sauce for dinner tonight. I need to start it now. Hey, no worries. AZ Corps, appreciate you stopping in.
Canberra traffic, Link 801. It's on approach runway 17, current ETA is 05.
That's why you make calls, ladies and gents. That's why you make calls. You got somebody on approach. You should fly that jet, lad. I don't know about that. One thing I love about the sim aircraft is the aircraft FMS package has airports worldwide, but usually operators just have their route airports, so you're going to be doing lots of manual nav, yeah. That's pretty good. But if you don't mind me asking, what company do you fix these 7.3s on? Landing lights coming on, taxi lights coming off. Ladies and gents, let's get on out of here. Throttle's going up 40%. I just picked up the vertical sim Southwest. Damn. Yeah, the 7.4. It's gonna be pretty cool, man. I'm excited for it. It's been delayed. We were supposed to go in March, but I just wasn't able to go. So we're planning sometime in the summer. His buddy, my buddy, that's a JetBlue captain. His buddy is the training captain for that company that flies the 7.4. All right, let's focus on here. 80 knots checked. Canberra traffic, velocity 1687. We're rolling out runway 17 for departure.
V1, rotate.
Aircraft just started fucking pitching up on its own. It started climbing on its own. I have a feeling the trims are all out of whack. I set the trims, though. Very strange. PMDG aircraft has never done that before. Very strange. I did set my trim. 4.8. I don't know why the aircraft started rotating on its own. Flaps 1. Third-party MRO, maintenance, repair, overhaul, customer airline varies, but I can't disclose that sadly, but I'll answer anything 7.3. Oh, no worries, man. Totally understand. Totally understand. Laps up. So you're a maintenance engineer, or a maintenance repair overhaul. What is it, technician? You get to fly them? So I'm a mechanic. I get to road test my vehicles. Do you get to road test your airplanes? So I had to ask that question. That's probably a stupid question, but I had to ask that question. Beautiful. Autopilot coming on. Bring everybody back up top here. Sounds coming down. Chess playground, we don't crash on this channel. I am totally sorry for that. We don't crash, sorry. Shit, what happened to my charts? There we go. In a way, yeah, not me personally, but you can get guys with certs to do engine runs. One of my customers, old guy now, he's retired. Well, actually not really retired. He's not allowed to fly for an airline because of his age. He's now, I think, 66 or 65. Used to fly. He flew many different aircrafts, Airbus, A320s. Well, I think was his. He was a captain in a 320 before he retired, but he's flown 7.3s. He is now flying for Porter Airlines out of Toronto. I guess he's road testing the airplanes after they get repaired. That's sort of what he's doing now. He's allowed to do that. Can't fly, you know, commercial airlines with passengers and stuff, but he can take planes out after certain repairs are done, and he loves it. He's like, he gets to do some shit. He stress tests the aircrafts. With Porter, he's doing them with the their E-jets. Basically, people who are not pilots are legally allowed to taxi it out, take it out on the runway, and run engines up to 78% N1 and check for issues. That's it's pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool that you get to do that. Sounds like engine run certs to me as well. Is that what you mean by an engine run? Like you actually get to fly them? Actually, no, wait. You just said you're legally allowed to taxi it out, which is still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. And again, I appreciate everybody stopping in. If you haven't done so, smash down that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate that. We were going for 15 likes on both live streams. I think we've surpassed
Canberra traffic.
one of them.
Link 801 is landing runway 17. Canberra traffic.
Let's get all these guys off. Engine start switches over to continuous, and we're headed on out, ladies and gents. Through 10,000. Let me get my heading fixed around here. No flying, unfortunately. Any in-flight testing is done by pilots under the supervision of us. Yes. So basically, when they're flying them, you're just, I guess, you're inside the cockpit, overlooking everything. Is that sort of what you guys get to do? You can do that. Function tests, the packs, pressurization, flight control checks, a bunch of other stuff. Function checks are probably my favorite part of the job. I'm assuming that means exactly what it is. You're checking the operation of the components. Fly the plane straight to Russia. No, we're in Australia. We wouldn't be able to make it. We only got like 6,000 kilograms of fuel. We wouldn't make it. Manual in hand, we tell pilots to switch off a hydraulic pump, for example, and check it. Can still move flight controls with other hydraulics. Okay. That's pretty cool, man. I was thinking of getting into the aviation stuff. Aviation Maintenance Tech is a program we have here in Southern Ontario. Another really expensive program to get into. It's like $20,000 a year. You know, I'm a little bit older now. You know, I've been doing the automotive stuff for about 17 years. So if I didn't get into the automotive stuff, man, if I got into aviation at a younger age, I for sure would have been doing this stuff. Whether it be a maintenance tech for an aircraft or a pilot for sure. All right, we're climbing. We're through 17,000 feet. A little bit of a longer flight. It's about an hour and 25-ish minutes. Let's have a look at this view. Climb out on this view or climb out on this view? That's a pretty cool view. Beats pilot training with your automotive stuff. Would help you out big time. I'll tell you another thing too. Yeah, probably it's definitely a good skill to have. I definitely think, you know, people should at least know how to check oil, you know, understand tires and things like that. I mean, when it comes to the safety aspects of things, doing brakes and stuff, I'm not too crazy for people doing their own brakes. I see all the time just people swapping over their own tires in the wintertime and leaving lug nuts loose. You know what I mean? Stripping the lug nuts. Now you need either studs or bearings. Newer cars now can't just replace the wheel studs. Unfortunately, you have to replace the wheel bearings because you can't get them out. Definitely, you know, something people should take up for sure. At least understand how to check your fluids and, you know, change light bulbs, that kind of stuff. Vince, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. But I enjoy doing it. Like I said, I've been doing it 17 years. I got into the trade back in 07 or 08. Something like that, as a co-op student in high school. I always knew I wanted to be a mechanic. Yeah, and it worked out, man. I started working at Volvo. That sort of was my bread and butter. From there, I went to a private shop. The guy that owned it was a Volvo Master Tech. So I got to carry what I learned from Volvo over to the shop. I worked there for almost 10 years and then decided when I was just about to have my daughter 9 years ago, I decided to depart the private shop, go to the dealerships because that's where the money is, man. Your real name is Ryan. You want to be a pilot? Ryan, it's something you should definitely consider, man. Chess Playground, I'm going to put you in timeout. Let's not be disrespectful in chat. It's going to be your final warning. You get one warning. Next warning, the next time you do it, you're just going to get banned from the channel, man. Please be respectful. You'll know how cars are with brakes. With the 7.3, I'm not kidding. Brakes are discs plus pads in one unit and are held on with a quick release and steel cable. Look it up as we climb, dude. That's pretty cool. That's pretty crazy. That's it? That's all? Been doing it for 4 years, unfortunately. Hyundai Gold certified, almost platinum, then master. Very cool, man. US or Canadian or which other country? US has the ASC certifications that you got to renew every, I think, 2 to 5 years, depending on the certs. I used to be an ASC Master Elite. You don't need it here in Canada. You got to get your red seal here. It's a license that we have to carry. I was watching, Riley, I was watching somebody on YouTube changing, he was doing a fuel pump on an Airbus A320. Crazy. One engine. I'll tell you this. He started off his video. There was daylight. He ended his video, and it was darkness. It's pretty funny. How's those engines, though, Yoshi? How you like doing those motors for Hyundai? We just hired a Hyundai tech not too long ago. And, yeah, he's just telling me some of the shit that they got going on over there. Oh, you're in the US. And yours is 2 years? What's 2 years? Your ASE certs? Riley, the problem is the costs, man. I mean, the cost of living is pretty expensive. I got a small family. I got responsibilities. You know, I'm pretty much the breadwinner in this family. I pay for everything. if I were to leave doing the automotive stuff to go take up another job, it'll be really tough to make money, man. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth, you know. We've been cleared for takeoff. Flight attendants, please take your seats for departure. Final cabin check complete. Engine stable. Lining up on runway 27. Winds are calm. Skies are clear. Appreciate you, Vince. Or Ryan, sorry. Gotta say, the photogrammetry in Australia is beautiful in the sim. It's true, man. I mean, if I was, you know, even if I was still the age that I'm at, if I didn't have kids, you know, and I'm not married, you know, we're common law, but if I didn't have any of that, you know, and I was able to do it, 100%, I would take the jump. I would go back home, live at home for a year, 2 years, whatever the case is, just make it work. But the problem is, you know, I left home at a very young age. I was 20. Thought I knew everything. You know, my mom telling me, you don't know shit. You know, you're only 20 years old, you don't know shit, and she's not wrong. But sometimes people that are super stubborn like that, you gotta go out there and figure it out for yourself, you know what I mean? Even if it was the wrong decision. Anyway, that's what I did. 20 years old, out of the house. And, you know, the cost of living is pretty expensive where I'm at. And had a kid at a very young age, man. No regrets, though. You know what's funny? I have one on my rack right now waiting for a short block every 2 years for my certs. Damn, that's tough. So here in Canada, we have an automotive license. It's called, it's a Red Seal license, trade certificate. We have an apprenticeship program. You got to go to school for, it used to be 5 years. It used to be 3 years of school, 5 years after accumulating like 8,000 hours. Now it's different. I have, you know, apprentices at my dealership that are in a Honda program. I'm a Honda tech. They're in a Honda program and they're going to complete it in a year. Believe it or not, they can complete their apprenticeship in a year. They come out of trade school. They don't know jack shit because I think they just rush it. Anyways, once you're done your school and you got your hours, there's a stupid little book that you got to get signed. You send that off to the government. They book you an exam. You write a test. And that license you keep for the rest of your career. You just got to pay fees every year. It's like $69 to maintain your license. You guys in the US, you got to renew those certs every couple of years, which I think is the way to go. Keeps you guys fresh. There's also different categories too, right? You guys got like brakes and steering and all that. I forget how many categories they were, but I was a Master Elite up until about an ASC Master Elite, probably up until about 2018 or 2019. And there's no need for it here. Some dealers here, some manufacturers here require it. I know Jag and Land Rover for a little while was requiring it. I don't know if they still do, but it's not required. Funny enough, though, our engines on our new hybrid CRVs are not any better than some of the Hyundai crap you guys got. I have a 2025 Honda CRV sitting on my hoist with a cracked piston, cylinder 1. The injector leaks, just strips with the engine off, and it's doing something in the cylinder. I don't know if it's hydrolocking. I don't know if it's some type of detonation, whatever the case is. Cracks the piston, sets a misfire. I'm waiting for my tech to do the disassemble. Our tech line wants us to pretty much remove the cylinder head. They want us to remove the piston out of the cylinder and check the cylinder wall, see if it's scored. Their procedure is run your fingernail and see if your fingernail catches on the cylinder wall, which I think is crazy. But I'm just gonna, for the sake of the customer, I'm just gonna scratch up the cylinder wall and get the dealership to, or get Honda to get the guy a short block, man. It's ridiculous. If the cylinder wall is not scratched or scored, they want you to do a piston and a rod bearing, which is retarded. No, we're getting a block for it. You never know where else the metal... I mean, I'd get a long block, but the dealer won't let us. I drive a Honda, small world. Hondas are fantastic, man. Hondas are fantastic. Every other car you see... The reason why I picked Honda when I moved from the private shop to the dealer is because every other car you see is a Honda, and I can guarantee there's going to be work. Doing my work through an apprenticeship. Shame on the AME programs aren't promoted enough. Damn, that's tough, man. That's tough. We don't... it's very rare that the colleges are even promoting aircraft maintenance engineer stuff here as well. It is... I'm pretty sure it's $20,000 per year. I think it's a 2-year program. My husband works in sheet metal. He's a journeyman, and yeah, every few years he's got to redo his certs. That must be an American thing, but I'm totally with it. I'll tell you this. When it comes to the trade stuff, I don't know about electrical and plumbing. I don't know what it's like in that field. But the automotive stuff, the kids that we're getting out of trade school with the level of experience that they have, they're just not ready. They're not ready to go out there on the bench, work flat rate. Not ready to where I can trust them to disassemble an engine. And that speaks a lot with the kids coming out of trade school. It's tough. I don't know if a lot of that has to do with what's being taught, if the right stuff's being taught, but kids definitely aren't ready. Not even sleeve the block. Is there not a shop around that would do that to keep the cost down? No. So everything's going to, because it's a 2025 CRV hybrid, everything's covered under warranty. Everything's covered under warranty. I do a long block, but the problem is the dealer or the manufacturer won't let us, pretty much like when it comes to the newer stuff and warranty, they won't just let us replace things anymore. We literally have to follow a process. We got to speak to the engineers, which most of the time they speak to me. You know, I have a problem with the car and they want to talk to me about it, and I mean, it's ridiculous, but I think at the bare minimum we can give this guy a short block with pistons in it, crankshaft, rather than checking the cylinder wall to see if it's scored. I think that's a little crazy. You don't sleeve a block in the dealership world? Nope. Some dealers do, actually. Some dealers do. Funny enough, we also don't rebuild transmissions at our dealership. I've seen one rebuild ever done at my dealer on a Civic Type R, and that was because the car was brand new at the time to North America, and the manufacturer didn't know what they were looking at. So they didn't want to buy a whole transmission. They just made us replace the broken parts. Cali? You guys are in Cali? How's the weather out there? How's the wildfires out there? Hope you guys are safe, man. Hope you be successful, my bro. I support you. Keep it up, bro. Don't give up. You can do it. I believe in you. Thanks, Vince. I appreciate you. Or, sorry, Ryan. I'm 24 and I was tearing down motors when I was 18. Yep, that's the thing. I say it all the time. I was 18 at a private shop. The private shop is where you should craft your skill set. You know what I mean? They give you the opportunity. In the dealer world, dealerships just want to give apprentices bullshit work. They want to give apprentices the oil changes. They're not really learning anything. You know what I mean? Private shops, you're full hands-on. So I was blessed. I came from a private shop at 18 years old. I was doing electrical diag clutches, cylinder, head gaskets, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a dealer thing. We just swap out a unit, put another unit in. But we are, Honda had a big piston ring recall way back when. So we were tearing down engines. We were, in some cases, replacing pistons and wrist pins. In some cases, right now we're doing a crankshaft. There's a crankshaft recall out for our V6 engines, our J series engines for Acura and Honda, where we're doing crankshafts. That's pretty much as in-depth that you'll get with the automotive stuff at a dealer. It's not too bad. It's not bad today, and no fires, thank God. It gets bad in the fall with the fires. It gets really dry out there, huh? We love Cali. We went out to Cali before my son was born in 2018. I drove out there from Toronto. Got out there in 2 days, and at the time, my girlfriend, she couldn't take time off of work, so I put her on a plane with my daughter, and yeah, I drove there in 2 days. I've noticed when the apprentices need the help, seeing this on the floor, they don't give it. They don't give you it. It's bad if your workplace is cliquey. Politics is everywhere, man. Politics is everywhere. Even at my dealership, one of the toughest things for me too. We got some senior boys in there that were there before me, and I became a shop foreman at my dealership, and there's some techs that don't like that because everybody feels like they deserve it. You know what I mean? I guess I was just I don't know. The sharpest nail in the toolbox, I guess. That's why I was picked. I was the sharpest nail in the toolbox. But clicks are everywhere. Politics are everywhere. It is what it is. You just got to put your head down, grind, make your money, go home. You know what I'm saying? I have a 17 manual Accord. I need to do my timing chain tensioner. What motor? 2-liter turbo or 1.5 turbo? Because I got some bad news for you if it's a 1.5 turbo. Oh, wait, it's a 17 Accord. No. That's a K24 or V6. Is it a K24? Probably a K24 if you got to do your chain tensioner. There's a bulletin for that. It's the Earth Dreams 4-cylinder. And then give you some crazy mental gymnastics to make you do the really bad jobs on the aircraft, mostly cleaning the corrosion. Damn. 2.0 naturally aspirated. Oh, maybe you guys got a different motor in the United States. 2-liter in the Accord? I thought it was 2.4. 2.4 NA. Yeah, your timing chain tensioner, there's a bulletin for that. Rattles on cold startups. So there might be extended warranty for that. Can't remember if there was. You should probably go check that out. Very easy to do. 2 bolts. 2 bolts, take that cover off, take the 2 bolts out. There's actually instructions to set the timing first. Then you got to release the tension on that tensioner. You got to put a pin in there to lock it, because if you loosen the tensioner without locking the pin, all that pre-tension is just going to blow up. Mr. Sam Guilford, welcome back. But you're right about the politics. It's a shame you can't escape that. The only thing you can try to do is just put up your blinders. You know what I mean? Now, as a foreman, I try to control as much as I can, because I think at the end of the day, you need to have a positive team. If you don't have a positive team, nobody's going to make money. The business is not going to make money. Nobody's going to succeed. You're going to have unhappy customers. So you try to control what you can without overcomplicating it. You know what I mean? Fortunately, you got some bad apples that, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, we're all, you know, in my shop, we're all grown-ass men. There's no reason to be acting the way we do. You know, respect is a huge thing. My dad is a retired mechanic, forced to retire due to injury. He worked on semis and tore his Achilles. Damn, sorry to hear. One of the tough things about being a mechanic, probably aircraft maintenance tech as well, is how taxing it is on your body. Very taxing. I go to the chiropractor twice a month, not because of work-related injuries. You know, I got hurt 5 years ago, and then re-aggravated in a car accident, but the benefits of having to go to a chiropractor doing this specific job, it's what's going to get me through probably the rest of my career. I'm 32. I'm going to be 33 in a few months. That would mean I probably have at least another 30 years of work, because there's no pension for us. There's zero pension. So you got to save up all your money. You got to work your ass off. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody hanging out today. 25 likes on the vertical live stream. Thank you, thank you. I think we're at top of descent. Sorry, no, not top of descent. Top of climb. What am I saying? Flight level 380. Top of descent. About a half an hour, 270 miles to go. No ATC online, unfortunately. Not to stress. I don't know when ATC comes online out here. I got no idea when. Anyways, give me a couple minutes. I'm just gonna go check on the kids upstairs. Make sure they're all behaving themselves. Give me 1 second. I'm watching a Qantas Link A220 landing at Honolulu. Really? Probably a delivery flight, yeah. Looks like it flew from Montreal to Vancouver. Probably. For me, it's chemicals. We had a guy in another base drown in his sleep. What the? After a lawsuit that eventually resulted in the big whips giving us proper PPE. That's what it takes. People got to get hurt for things to sort of get in motion, unfortunately. You know what I mean? After a lawsuit that eventually resulted in the big wigs giving us the... Oh, I already read that, sorry. That's always what it takes, man. I mean, you can bitch and moan about having the right equipment and all that kind of stuff. Protection. Bigger corporations don't want to do it. They don't want to spend the money. They don't see the value in the investment until somebody gets hurt. Until somebody gets hurt. At our dealership a couple years back, we had we had a sales guy who died on the showroom floor. He had a heart attack, and he came into work with chest pains. Tried to tell him to go home. He didn't want to go home. He wasn't listening. But he had told us he was scared to lose his sales because there's nobody at the dealer. The other salesmen would have taken, I guess, his sales, which is wrong. So he decided to work, and he ended up having a heart attack with his chest pains. He died on the showroom floor. It was crazy to see. Since then, we've developed a policy. If somebody's absent, you have to help out with their delivery, right? Well, why did it get to that point? Chess Playground, welcome back from that timeout. Please be nice. Please be nice. Thank you. You're more than welcome to chat. Tag along on the flight. I don't mind. We're not here to, stir any problems with people. But at the end of the day, respect is key. And I hope you're having a wonderful time as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know any, to be honest with you, I don't know any car salesperson that loves doing their job. To be honest with you, it's not the best job in the world, man. They get shit on like crazy. Big corporations want to, take money out of them if they have to sell a car for a cheaper price. It's crazy. Our old manager before my time came in after a heart valve failure and had a heart attack a day after. We call it the big man mantra or macho man mantra. Same reason as you. Damn. It's tough. It's tough. You gotta be careful. You gotta think of, your health first and foremost. But exactly, it's always for profits. No, Mr. Sam Guilford, we're all just chatting away in the vertical stream. Gotta say, the weather's looking great out here. Photogrammetry's looking good. Clouds are looking fantastic. Looks like we got some weather cell off up to our left there. Or, sorry, off to our right. No factor for us. Oh, yeah. Definitely, Mr. Sam Guilford. Some guys just don't care either. Seeing a dude wash his hands in MEK and sandpaper, that's crazy. Why the heck would you do that? Still issue PPE and the big man has to avoid wearing it. Damn. We're, for the most part, we're not relaxed with, PPE and all that kind of stuff. Or, a lot of mechanics, they don't wear safety goggles. I'm sure you see it too, Riley, with your profession. I'll tell you this, safety goggles are super important. Just before I got my license, maybe I was licensed, I can't remember. I might have just gotten my license. I whacked myself in the face with a ratchet, with a 3/8 ratchet. I was working on a Jeep at the private shop. We did a front differential, and I was buttoning it all back up. And before I had my lunch, I was wearing my safety goggles on this Jeep. The Jeep was full of dirt, full of sand, stripping in your face. But when I went back to it after lunch, I didn't put my goggles on, and at the back of the shop, the apprentice was saying something to me. He was yelling. I couldn't really hear him. He was far away, but he was trying to communicate with me about something, and I wasn't paying attention. And I was ratcheting. I was holding a nut with a wrench, and I was ratcheting the bolt. And I was looking out that way, and the bolt slipped. Whacked myself right in my eye, hit my tear duct, and I got a scar here now. Got 6 stitches under my eye. Almost lost my eye. So that's, one thing I wish more technicians would do is wear safety goggles. Steel-toe boots obviously is a must. And gloves, man. You have to wear gloves. Oils are super cancerous. Don't want to get that shit on your hands. Super cancerous. Our automotive soap too. has gasoline additives in it. So I have to use a special soap because my hands get super dry and irritated from those soaps. Heard nothing but bad stories about hydraulic fluid, especially the aircraft phosphate stuff could blind you. What's that pressure like too if you don't release that pressure? Is it like 1,000 PSI? Got it in my mouth once, it was horrible. Couldn't taste shit for a day. Damn. Yeah, we don't have anything too crazy. I mean, fuel pressure on our GDI engines can reach up to about 3,000 PSI. Could kill you. And diesel stuff too. We don't work on a lot of diesels. 3,000 PSI? Yeah, 3,000 PSI will kill you. There was an engineer for an automotive company. I don't remember if it was Volkswagen. It was a European one. Either Volkswagen, BMW, or Mercedes. They were showcasing a diesel at a car show. And there was a failure of something. And the engineer went to go check it out or whatever. And I think he was disconnecting the fuel line or something. One of the pressurized fuel lines pierced his skin. He died within 2 hours. 3,000 on the 737. Check the lower MFD and you will see yourself in the flight deck. Where am I looking? Show me. Which one? I want to see it. I think I can move in here. Huh. You want me to like... is it stamped on something or do I have to just do this? Middle screen lower? Press that button above the upper one that says MFD. This one? You tell me which one you want me to press. I want to see this. Then click Systems. Oh, yeah. There we go. 3,000 PSI. There we go. Enough to kill you. Enough to kill you. Let me ask you something, Mr. Riley. You probably don't know the answer for this one. You probably know it not off of the question that I'm asking. But anyway. About how many landings does one 737 tire consume before it needs to be changed out? And then I guess to add to that, when do you guys change the tires? Do you guys change them when they... Is there like a tread depth minimum? Is there a steel belt that shows? How do you guys, like, when do you guys change them? And then how many landings does the tire get? About 200 landings per tire? Damn. Doesn't seem like a lot. Does not seem like a lot. This aircraft, give or take, depends on how carrying the engineer is. We change them on the conditions of flat spots, metal showing, or less than a certain amount of tread. Okay, yeah, I'm assuming the flat spots definitely would be there. This aircraft is equipped with failures. PMG setup, I think it's here. I have them turned off because I'm a scared little bitch. But is it safe to say if I were to turn one of these failures on, you would be able to troubleshoot it with me? Not that I'm going to do it. You know, over here at Flight Sim Gaming, we always break something in an aircraft. I don't know the exact figure since I'm not qualified to check the tire condition. Licensed engineer does that, I see. The figure of less than 6 mil. So I guess they come very beefy. So a tire used to come with about 10 mil of tread, like an automotive tire. Now I'm seeing on the newer cars coming from the factory, you're getting about 7 mil. Or like 10, 30 seconds of tread. 7 mil is not a lot, in my opinion. I guess the pilots would know more about the failures then, right? So, this aircraft is pretty, I mean, systems-wise and stuff, I mean, everything's good. I heard all of... No, none of these are clickable. How do I move in here? I don't remember how to go forward. Hold on. No, I don't think I can go forward. I used to know how to go forward. Left and right, up and down. Can't go forward. Anyway. Yeah, none of these are clickable. Some aircrafts, they are. This one might be clickable. Some aircrafts, you can click on these. What are these? Fuses? Probably fuses and stuff, right? Oh, shit. Anyway. Pilots are taught surface level stuff. Would argue that the AME knows more and could get a better result in an emergency. Probably. I'm sure they probably... So if there's an emergency and the pilot can't figure it out, who are they calling? Are they calling you? When they call their company to figure out the issue, are they calling the engineers? Simulated CVs are always fun, but overkill for a sim. I won't do them because I don't know what to do. I'm pretty good at diagnosing, like, sim-related issues. Like, I'll know if, like, in this aircraft here, for example, what do we have here under ground maintenance? We could... Actually, it's a little bit more in-depth through the FMC. A couple things we can do. I don't remember where it is. Under FS actions. There's some ground maintenance stuff we can do, so I know if I have any issues with my rudders or hydraulics, for example, I could just refill the hydraulic fluid or change it. This aircraft, I'm pretty sure... Depending on the livery, so each livery, everything sort of resets with the aircraft in the sim. Your settings will change, and I'm pretty sure as well some of your fluids and stuff need some maintaining as well, depending on how much you fly. That's pretty much all that we can do. But yeah, sim-related stuff, whether it's an issue with the yoke, that kind of stuff, I can sort of troubleshoot. But a blank PFD or, you know, if an engine shuts down or a fire, I wouldn't know what to do. So we stay away from the failures. They call you guys. Helios crash and engineers on the phone when that happened. Oh shit. Helios crash. Which crash was that? Where is top of descent? 147 miles or another 18 minutes. And again, I appreciate everybody stopping in today, tuning in on this Victoria Day long weekend here in Southern Ontario. A little bit of a later stream. We don't typically stream... Sorry, a little bit of an earlier stream. We don't stream Mondays at 5 p.m. We usually start at about 7 p.m. Eastern. But, you know, we're not working today. Decided to come on. My girlfriend, she went to go get her nails redone. And the children are upstairs behaving themselves, so came on a little bit early. But again, appreciate everybody tuning in. We were asking for 15 likes on both live streams. We are running a multi-stream. We got 4 likes over on the main canvas. So if you guys are in the vertical stream, and if you guys so happen to care, if you guys can come over to the main canvas stream, drop a like for me. We're looking for 15 over there. On the vertical stream, we're looking for 30. I think we're closing in on that. We got about 30 people currently watching. We got 25 likes. And again, thank you to everybody. It's been a pretty good May for us over here at Flight Sim Gaming. We've reached our 2,000 sub count, so we had a big celebration yesterday. Fanny, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. And yeah, we're closing on 2,100 subs already. 2 liters per engine. CFM 56 is thirsty engine for its time. Damn. 2 liters per engine of what? Sorry. Oh, the 737 IRL takes about 2 liters a day in oil. Helios flight with the 73-300. Look it up. Okay, I'll check that out. So you're saying 73, it's burning 2 liters of oil a day per engine? To be honest with you, it doesn't seem like a lot. I know some European engines in cars burn a liter per 1,000 kilometers of driving, which is not a lot. That's crazy. How many oils? What's the capacity in an engine? Nice. A guy who pronounced my name straight right the first right. Oh, people are spelling. Okay, let me try to read your last name. So Fanny. Are people calling you Panny? Fanny Malineni? Molineni? Sorry, I'm not very good with names, but glad to hear that I pronounced your name correctly. Again, appreciate you stopping in. We are about 130 miles from top of descent. We're going to be landing in the Gold Coast. First time landing here, ladies and gents. I don't know what to look for. I don't know what to look at. Some by Orbex. If you guys are part of the Flight Sim community, whether it's on X-Plane, whether you're on X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Sim or P3D, Orbex. I think they got Gold Coast for X-Plane. I think they got Gold Coast for all 3 simulators, if I'm not mistaken. The max burns, basically no oil. Most oil is lost in the breather matrix. It's the hole in the back of the engine. Engine capacity on the lower MFD and displayed in quarts. There is something there. It's hydraulic. I don't know how to move forward. Oh, that's how you move forward. But I can't do it because that's a keybind. Alright. What are you asking me to do here? Engine capacity is on the lower MFD and displayed in quarts. Oil pressure, oil temp, oil quantity percentage. 67. I don't know what units it's in, though. No idea what units it's in. Last name takes a while, but correct. Yeah, I recently started playing RFS on Android. I hear a lot of people fly that. Are you going to fly somewhere else after Gold Coast? No, we're not. No. We're going to end the stream there. We'll be back live again on Friday. Friday, we're going to be flying the Embraer E175 with Air Canada. We're checking out some new scenery in Nova Scotia. Or, I don't know, Sydney, Nova Scotia. I think it's Sydney, Nova Scotia. Some new scenery came out. I want to check it out. You know, pretty biased being from Canada. You always got to check out the Canadian scenery. Yeah, some stuff might not be modeled correctly. It's, like I said, it's as good's going to get for a simulator, for a video game. This plane is also out on Xbox as well. Our aircraft have it in quarts or units, not percentages. Might be another software, but I've never seen it in that format before. Sorry, Riley, do you fly in any one of these simulators? I know you're not a pilot, but there's probably a good chance you could be part of the PMDG beta testing team and help these guys out with some of their stuff. I don't know if I can change the units in here. Probably not. PFDs, NDs, engine. Oil quantity indication. It's in percentage. I can change it to liters. Look at that. Bam. 12 and 13 liters. It is modeled. Here we go. I don't know how accurate that is. You don't use PMDG products. X-Plane is the one that you use. So what's on X-Plane for the Boeing stuff? You got the what's that one freeware? The Zebo 73. And then you guys got also a 777 done by, I forget who. Apparently it's like a million times better than PMDG. $25 liters per engine. We're only showing 12 and 13, but that could have been from when we departed Melbourne as well, because we pretty much kept it in a turnaround state. 073 is the free one. We have flight factor, yes, the 75, 76, and 777. I hear the flight factor's done really well. Now, depending on whose stream you're on, you're always going to have some X-Plane fanboys. You're going to have some Microsoft Flight Sim fanboys. You're going to have PMDG fanboys and Flight Factor fanboys. Personally, whatever tickles your fancy. I don't give a shit what you fly. I've never flown an X-Plane, But judging how the flight factor stuff looks, it seems better. It seems better. And the Zebo 7.3 has been out for a long time. The flight factor 777 does not have proper LNAV, I have been told. Really? Really? I don't know. All right, we're about 80 miles from top of descent. Let me get some weather information here. The Gold Coast. The winds are 200 at 10, which means we are still good to land on runway 14, I think. Yes. We'll land runway 14. We're going to be on the Bernie 3 Alpha RNAV. We'll plan the ILS. Go ahead and set our approach reference numbers here. A couple other things we're going to do. We're going to plug in our fix. Runway 14. 5 and 10 mile distance. I like to do this in all my aircrafts that I'm able to do it to give us those fix rings, so I just know where to set my speeds depending on the traffic coming in. We're still on nav frequency. Sorry, we're still on Unicom frequency, but our nav frequency, it's 111.1. Shit, how do I do this? This is a little bit different than what I'm used to. I think that is good. I think that's good. Minimums are going to be 230. Don't worry, it'll run lower in operation like with the car. When it sits, the oil will be in the pan versus in the bore, cams, heads, etc. So it'll be higher when the engine spools down. Makes sense. Not a pilot, but I would advise not plugging your approach numbers in unless you have preset numbers. Zebo does it at that moment, and I've made the mistake of landing too light. Okay, hold on. I'll double check everything. Typically at about 80 miles, I thought you were supposed to start configuring for the approach. 230. Again, I'm not a real-world pilot, and everything that I've sort of learned, I've learned from other streamers. But all my weights and stuff should be accurate. We've loaded up at the gate. The only thing that we've lost with our weight would be our fuel. One thing I could do here is I can request the descent winds. It'll change our top of descent. Or don't plug them in until you've declared your arrival. I mean, we're technically on the arrival now. We're on the Bernie 3 currently. Not quite. We're about 120 miles from Bernie. But it should still be fine. $60 miles to top of descent. Oh, who's that? Justin Isles, appreciate you subbing to the channel, man. Welcome to the Flight Sim Gaming community. While we have it, let's open up Navigraph, have a look at our arrival. So we're on the Bernie 3. We're going to be coming along the coast here. And touching down somewhere over here. It's looking good. Actually, I feel like have I flown into Gold Coast before? This approach looks very familiar. I don't know. I don't think I have another Gold Coast scenery. But anyway, this is what it looks like. We got some altitude restrictions, obviously, as we come along the coast here. And then we're going to plan the ILS Zulu runway 14 approach. Very straightforward. Transalt's 10,000 feet. We'll capture the glide slope at about 1,400 feet. Minimum's 230. The winds currently 200 at 10. It's 21 degrees on this beautiful morning in the Gold Coast, and the altimeter 1020. So let me get that set as well. For the most part, we are ready to rock and roll, friends. Ready to rock and roll. Depends on company. FCOM, I would double check. Yeah, just some aircraft automatically calculate at that point in time versus the load sheet with the preset values. This aircraft will calculate it at this present time. So if I come to the init ref and let's say in 100 miles I decide to rechange this, my V speeds might be different. If that's sort of what you're, if that's what you're talking about, V speeds will change. Not by much. I have seen it though where I've preloaded it a little bit too soon, and the V speeds would be off by like 1 knot, which not crazy. I don't have any SOPs. I don't know when certain airlines will you know, what they do and such. I kind of just take a generic overview of how to do it, when to do it. I will be getting some JetBlue SOPs, though, in the 320 and in the 220 as well. So when the Synaptics 220 comes out for Microsoft Flight Sim, my buddy who's a captain is going to share that with me. And I might, you know, it'd be pretty cool to get him on stream if he'd be able to do that. And he can give us the rundown. If you ever try X-Plane, try out the Fearless 74200. If you like a more manual feel, it's a mindfuck at first, but it gets fun. Man, I'm not really into the classics, though, man. Funny enough, I think that's the aircraft I'm going to be flying at the 7.4 Sim. I think it's the 7.4 Classic. Maybe the 400, I'm not sure. Never got into the classics. I am trying to get CSS to get me a copy of their 73500. It's a new aircraft coming up for the Sim. I reached out to them on Discord. I got no response. Don't know if they'll ever respond. Probably not. I kind of was talking shit about them the other day, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that's what I mean. Dramatic weight change, especially on heavier payloads, have screwed me over since I don't calculate shortly before approach. Probably something to consider. Absolutely. It can happen. I've only seen that sort of happen in this aircraft. I haven't seen it with anything, but yeah, companies probably have different procedures of when they do it. Maybe SimBrief gives me calculations. I have no idea. And we're going to go auto brake 3. A couple things I didn't set up my course here. What's our final approach course? 139. Beautiful. What did I do? There we go. 737 Classics are cool too in real life. The type rating for the NG and the Classic are the same. So in theory, you should have no problem on the 5. Yeah, not something... I mean, the gauges for the most part... I mean, everything looks okay. It looks like something I'd be able to manage. I got to see a 600 today. Flying over top of the airport here in Toronto. Forget the airline. Don't know where they were going. There was no destination, but they were cruising at like 6,000 feet. Pretty sure I flew on a 600 as well. Back in 2011 with WestJet, I think. We flew to Tampa, Toronto. I don't remember seeing sharklets on the wings, so that's why I think it was a 600. SimBrief does it, but I personally never trust third-party stuff unless I know it's 100% integrated or have a custom profile. Yeah, I don't think SimBrief will give you that. And whoever just subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. Appreciate it. 14 subs away from 2,100, ladies and gents. Can we get 2,100 before the end of this live stream? Probably. That'd be pretty cool. My back's a little sore. Not gonna lie, I'm a little fidgety and twidgety right now. We took the kids to a dinosaur park, which is about 2 hours east of where I live. It was a rough car ride on the way back. 600s are a cool little aircraft. Shame so few were built. PMDG does have a 600. It's the only aircraft I haven't bought from PMDG. And to be honest, with the whole 777-200 release, I don't know if I'm gonna buy another PMDG aircraft. Probably the 747-400. I don't know. There's just no discounts, man. I got $300, $400 worth of 777s with PMDG. I'm very disappointed. I flew on the WestJet 737-600 from Toronto to Orlando back in 2012. Probably would have been the same aircraft type too. Like I said, I don't remember sharklets. These are, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a sharklet, right? This guy right here? Pretty sure it is. Don't know. Shit, what do I gotta descend down to? 9,000? 9,000. Alright. I think the only Canadian 737-500 operator right now, passenger jets, I think is Air North. And there's another one, Nolandor? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's called a winglet. The Airbus term is a sharklet. Ah, I see. Obviously, got my terminologies wrong. It's called a winglet. And what's it for? Fuel efficiency, I would imagine. Performance. 12 subs away from 2,100, ladies and gents. Thank you. Ah, yes, Mr. Sam Guilford. Winglets, sharklets is an Airbus. speed brakes. What's the Airbus term? There's speed brakes, and then there's another term. I don't know. Kind of stepped away from Flight Sim. Most recent purchase with the Q400 by FlyJ Sim. Oof. I want Captain Canada to fly that again, man. You're waiting for the Fearless 200 Freighter. Damn. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. It sounds like the kids are getting a little rowdy upstairs. Our squad, 40 people watching? Holy shit. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Didn't think I was that entertaining. Didn't think I was that entertaining, but I appreciate everybody tuning in the vertical streams, also in the main canvas as well. Again, without all of you people, none of this is possible, man. I don't do this to make money. I don't do this to get famous, none of that shit. I fell in love with flight simming in 2019. I had seen a trailer for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 coming out. It was a video of a TBM 900 flying into Toronto City Center. And I thought the graphics were amazing. 1 sec. Since then, I started doing this. So, I've only started streaming now about a year. But I was putting out some videos. You know, kind of just doing my own little take on Microsoft Flight Sim. And I love it. Just good vibes all around. Appreciate you, Riley. 30 likes? Ah, okay. We hit our like goal on our stream, on our short stream. Beautiful. Fuel efficiency, yeah. Anytime we modified it to be the split skimmeter or blended, the style on your aircraft, we have to re-rig flight controls. It basically reduces the wingtip vortices. Got you. Got you. And then on the Max, I've realized they got on the cowls, the engine cowls. What are those called? Those little spikes on the engine cowls. Probably also for fuel efficiency too. We started our top of descent. I wasn't even paying attention. Let's get the sounds off here. And sorry, let's get the music off, and we'll get the sim sounds up. Beautiful. All right, we're on the descent into Gold Coast. And I'm going to make my calls here. What's the airport called? Gold Coast. Gold Coast traffic, velocity 1687. We're descending on the Bernie 3 Alpha for runway 14 in Gold Coast. Gold Coast traffic. Alright, we're going down to 9,000 feet. Beautiful. We're all set up. We're all configured. Chevrons, it's noise reduction. You also see them on the Airbus A320 with the CFM 56-5B engines. Really? I don't think I noticed it on those. What is that? That's the Neo engine, right? The exhaust cone? You're talking about the little cone spikes on the back of the cowls? On the Maxes? It's on the back, right? Yes, I guess that actually would be the exhaust, technically. That's where the engine exhausts itself. Looks like Fly Live has crashed. Let me get that all set up again. Beauty. Ready to rock and roll here. Yeah, the Max ones are on the thrust reverser cowling MB. The Airbus ones are on the exhaust cone. Pretty cool to see, you know, how small little intricate designs can affect how the whole aircraft performs. You know, a little winglet, sharklet, or a little change to the engine cowl. It's pretty cool. Absolutely pretty cool. 10,000 feet is going to be when we are going to head over to the Gold Coast altimeter. We are descending. Very nice. The Neo on the 320 doesn't have it. The regular 320 has the CFM56. Ah, I see. I don't think I've ever noticed it. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, let me see this. Ah, yes, I do see it. It's on the exhaust tips, though. I do see that. It is hard to notice on the Airbus. It's on the exhaust tips. Remember hearing a 727 fly over my house a few years ago here in Florida? I had never heard something that loud before, ever in my life. I thought it was a fighter jet flying over. Some of those old engines, man, are super loud. Super loud. You know, one thing I regret not seeing is a Concorde. We've had Concordes fly into Toronto. I think on British Airways, on Speedbird's final flight, I think with the Concorde, they stopped in Toronto. And never got a chance to experience what that sounded like. I got into aviation at a very old age, so kind of sucks. You know, a lot of these engines are quiet now. You know, one engine that I did hear roaring up pretty loud, and it was at 10,000 fucking feet. I was walking my dog last summer, and Air Drake with his 767 was doing some steep ass climb out of Toronto, and I'm in Milton. I don't know, what is that, 30 kilometers away from the airport. And when aircrafts are departing off of runway 24 or runway 23, by the time they hit my house, they're at about 6,000 feet. This aircraft had to have been at 10,000 feet, and all I heard was this loud engine roar in the sky, and I looked up, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I went on flight radar, and it was Air Drake flying somewhere in Texas, and it was so loud at 10,000 feet. Crazy loud. Maybe 8,000 feet. It was high. But I can never get bored of planes, man. I live pretty much... My house is right on the ILS approach for runway 6. Runway 6, I would say. That's where the aircrafts turn for final, right above my house. At about 3,000 feet. I got no regrets of the loud engines, none of that. C-17 with thrust reversers are no joke. Genuinely thought it was an entire Air Force. Beautiful. And again, thank you to everybody tuning in today. And a lot of you guys here. You guys are enjoying it as much as I am. It's going to be our final leg. I'll do my best to butter this one in. And then we're going live again on Friday. So we do live streams. We were doing live streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Tuesday and Thursday evenings. And Sunday afternoons. I've had to change the Tuesday and Thursday streams because my son started baseball. Baseball falls on a Tuesday and Thursday. So we've changed it to Monday and Fridays. We also occasionally do some Monday afternoon live streams when I'm not working. Once this baseball is done, we'll get back into the Tuesdays and Thursdays, as I think it's just a better time to be flying. Not a lot of people are streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but that won't end until the end of July. Sorry, that won't start again until the end of July. But yes, we're going back live again on Friday. We're going to be in the Flight Sim Studio E-Jets, the one aircraft that a lot of people hate, and we're flying with Air Canada. Flying with Air Canada. Gives me a couple days to get some practice reps in. You know, I haven't flown the E-Jets in a while. I don't know if there's been an update. I think there has been an update recently. Beautiful. You guys like the window views that I have here? It's kind of hard to see it on the vertical streams, but these are cabin views inside the cabin. God bless is right. Absolutely. My kid is playing GTA and is crashing into everything. That's funny. That's funny. Dude, when I was younger, you know, I think I was... Grand Theft Auto 3 came out in 2001, maybe? Definitely I was young. I was 9 years old playing Grand Theft Auto 3. GTA 6 coming out next May. Next May. You guys probably won't hear from me for about a week. Cannot wait for GTA 6. It's not coming out for PC until probably 2027. But GTA 6 coming out. Looks fantastic. I can't wait. I'm going to be booking a week off of work. Absolutely. Absolutely booking time off at work. All right, we'll continue on down. I think we're going to go down to 5,000 feet. Shit, what am I doing? Wrong knob. GTA 6 will break the internet. Better start scheduling some sick leave off work. Dude, when GTA 5 came out, what year was that? 2013? I remember back then waiting in line at EB Games. EB Games in Canada is now called GameStop. It was the same company, just Canada wants to be different. But we named it EB Games. Back then you had to wait. You had to go to the store, line up, and wait for the release copy. There was no digital download. You know what I mean? I kind of wish that experience was still there. It's not there anymore. But once GTA 6 comes out, I'm not going to stop playing that game. I can't wait. Speaking of loud engines, when I flew on an American 777-300ER, I was sat over the wing. When the engines started on the GE90s, the whole window vibrated. I wish PMDG would capture that. PMDG's got to get Boris hooked up in here. All right, let's set our Gold Coast altimeters. We are southeast. Gold Coast traffic, velocity 1687. We're about 20 miles southeast of the airfield. We're on the Bernie 3 RNAV arrival for runway 14, Gold Coast traffic. But most definitely, GTA, from what I heard, Grand Theft Auto 6 is somehow gonna draw in some gambling stuff or something like that, or you can make money in GTA 6. From what I've heard, you can like sell things to other players. You guys are gamers. You guys know Counter-Strike. In Counter-Strike, you can loot weapons. Some of them being a knife. Butterfly knives, and these knives are selling on the market upwards of $20,000 because that's how rare it is to pull that knife. Apparently Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have some shit just like that. Gabriel Diaz, where will you be flying to? We are about to land at the Gold Coast, Australia. Could be any builds. Those guys are rats. Made the 300 for X-Plane, didn't update it, and then moved it onto Microsoft Flight Sim. And I believe Indie Builds did that because they did not get a contract with X-Plane. She's playing GTA San Andreas. San Andreas, that was a sick game. Bought her the trilogy 3 games for less than $25. What did she get? Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, and San Andreas? Shark Cars and GTA 6 will keep Rockstar going for another 50 years. The joke is, I personally probably have another 2 or 3 Grand Theft Autos left before I die. If I get to make it till then. You know what I'm saying? GTA 5, but that's how great Rockstar is. They were able to continue the development of that game for 12 years. And it's still the #1 played game, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the #1 played game. That's how games should be done. You look at Microsoft Flight Simulator, for example. They don't develop shit. They don't develop shit. We've already moved on to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and there's still areas in the sim that aren't developed. Photogrammetry looks like shit. They haven't done world updates for South Asia, Asia. They did one for Africa. They haven't done anything for, I think they did Australia. I could be wrong. They haven't done anything for China, Japan, and then moved on to a new game. They should have just continued to build this game. Whereas Rockstar, I think what they did was fantastic. Right? I like that whole idea. Every couple of months, you get a new update for the game. This new heist, whatever, new challenge. San Andreas, GTA 3, and Vice City. Those are the games I grew up on. Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, and San Andreas. San Andreas, I got a copy of that when I was 12. I would like to get into MSFS, but my biggest issue is the flight physics. It's too arcadey for my liking. It can be. There's a lot of tweaking you have to do with your sensitivity settings. A lot of airplane developers are starting to get on board with that, just so you're aware. They're starting to figure it out. I remember when GTA Vice City came out way back in 2002. Yep. That was a sick game, too. Grand Theft Auto 3 was okay. My favorite game probably would have been San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto 4 was okay. Grand Theft Auto 4 was like the start of new physics and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. Do I have any speed restrictions? It was pretty cool, but Grand Theft Auto 5 was obviously the best. I would like the... Oh, sorry, I read that. And whoever just subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. Appreciate you. 11 subs away from 2,100. I would like to see a GTA 4 remastered. It gets looked over a lot because of the dried out city. But it had the best story and setting, in your opinion? Yeah, they always go back Liberty City. Or, like, New York, Los Angeles, and Miami. I think for their next one, they sort of remastered San Andreas with the Grand Theft Auto 5. They're sort of remastering Vice City with GTA 6. I'm sure probably the next one is going to be Liberty City again. They should probably do a new city. You know what I mean? They should probably do a new city. Probably, I don't know. Wouldn't hurt to go to Europe. Just my opinion. You know what I mean? Toronto. Not that there was a lot of crime in Toronto. I know there was a lot of crime in LA. There's obviously the mafia, the Italian mafia in New York City, which makes sense why they would do a story there. Chicago or Detroit. Yes, I agree as well. Chicago, definitely Chicago. You got to do Chicago. Right. Yeah, they had Mafia theme games, though. Thought. Alright, we're going to go flaps 1. Speed 190. We'll arm those speed brakes. And there's the downtown, I guess, city of Gold Coast. Now, there is a Gold Coast city pack that you can get. I didn't get it. Go down to 1,400 feet. My favorite Rockstar game would be the Red Dead Redemption series. Red Dead Redemption 2, well, I never played Red Dead Redemption 1, but Red Dead Redemption 2 was a fantastic game. Fantastic. They brought in some shit that you just didn't have in any Grand Theft Auto game. You know what I mean? Shit, if I knew we were going to be doing this approach, I would have gotten the city pack as well. And I'm going to go flaps 5, speed 170. Tell you another thing I hate about this flight deck trim wheel. It has a handle that pops out. Imagine the back of a spoon hitting your knee every 2 seconds. Thankfully, they don't make that here. This guy? It's very bulky. Very bulky. Gold Coast traffic, velocity 1687. We're turning on a 7-mile final for runway 14. And we're going to arm the approach button. Done that in a while. Feel like I haven't done an ILS approach in a long minute. What's our missed approach altitude? Missed approach, what's it say? Track heading 139, climb to 3,000. Easy. I do have a Discord, yep. It's linked in the video description, in the live stream description. Alright, gear coming down. Flaps 15. I call the trim wheel handle on the 7.3 the knee smasher. There's glide slope. There's 3,000. And we're going to go 146. Continue on with our flaps. Flaps 30. The rest of our lights on. Gold Coast traffic, velocity 1687, 5-mile final, runway 14. Kind of wish there was a little bit of ATC out here, you know? Kind of wish. Sadly not for me on YouTube, it seems. Could be broken. Interesting. Alright, I'll once we land, I'll get that Discord link for you. Alright, ladies and gents, enjoy the arrival. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Take the aircraft at 1,000 feet. Hi, aircraft. We are gear down 3 green, flaps 30 indicated, and speed brakes are armed. Speed brakes are armed. Thank you. A little gusty coming in here. This is Orbeck's Gold Coast, so I have no idea if we should be flying Pappies or what. I know, the speed brakes I always forget to arm too. She's bumpy. Holy shit.
Approaching minimums.
Spicy for sure.
Minimums.
Continue.
$100. 50.
Whoa.
40. 30. 20. 10.
That little updraft was not me, just so you guys are aware. That was not me. Reverse out. $70 knots. Reverser stowed. Onto the manual braking. And we'll take the next exit. Bring you guys back upstairs. That updraft was not me, just so you guys are aware. Promise you. Decent landing, though. Not bad. Right? Oh, what do I... Do I go to the end here? Shit. Yeah, we'll take Kilo. Not a bad landing. Very spicy coming in, though. The winds... What were the winds showing? 200 at 10. That's what Navigraph was showing. Definitely not 200 at 10. Sometimes the sim does some weird things. Get off here. Minus 153, 1.01 G, 2.13 right side slip. So not terrible. Not terrible. Yeah, it was, right? That's Microsoft Flight Sim, man. The winds, man, I'm telling you, they're just not super... It's either that or Navigraph. I have no idea. Alright. Let's get these guys off. These guys off, and spool up the APU. And I think I want stand 5. Maybe not. We'll take gate 8. Yeah, one thing I always do, Riley, I always play back my streams just to see what maybe I was doing wrong. You know, how the landing looks. Definitely a crosswind landing. You're not looking for a butter. You're adding a little bit of rudder input, and also you want to sort of get the you want to side load one of the landing gears. Not too much, you know, not too much, but a little bit is fine, and that's exactly what I did. Side loaded the right gear. Thanks for letting us fly with you. This was fun. Thanks, Hazy. I appreciate you stopping in, and you know, looking forward to seeing you in the next one for sure. No idea where we're going. I think we're going up here. Never been to this airport before. Shit. One thing I forgot to do was record the landing replay. One thing I'm trying to do a little bit more. I'm trying to be like other streamers, show a little landing recording replay, you know. But, lately I've been forgetting to do it. It is a beautiful place, though. Gold Coast, Australia. I think it's just north of Sydney, if I'm not mistaken. And we're looking for stand 8. This is us. Right here. What's up when I first came in, so your videos will pop up on my feed. Hopefully I won't miss the next stream. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. cool to see people that aren't part of the Flight Sim community that just tune into a live stream and then they're enjoying the show. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to stop right here. Parking brakes on. He wants us up a little bit more. We're good here. APU is running. Let's get those gens on. And the APU bleed. And we'll shut down the engines. Beautiful. Anti-collision light coming off. Packs. Get those guys off. Probe heats. Seatbelt lights. Get those guys off. Fuel pumps. And flight directors. Sorry. Yaw dampener. I said flight director. Let's do a little deboarding action. Tend to do that a lot. See a stream and get into it. That's pretty cool. This is definitely different than what you're going to see on, with other streamers. Not a lot of people are doing flight simming, and it's definitely one of the harder, games to play. You know what I mean? You can easily adapt to playing Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, but flight simming, you got to learn each and every aircraft. You know what I mean? All right. So before we sign off here, I'm gonna attach the Discord in chat. What are you saying is wrong with the Discord? Are you saying the link doesn't work? Definitely unique. Try that link. Let me see if it works. The link does work. Try that link.
Passengers deboarding started.
Mr. Riley McLean. McLean or McLean? Probably McLean, right? Anyways, ladies and gents, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today on this beautiful Monday evening. Unfortunately, I got to go upstairs. It's time to be a dad again. No issues with that. I just don't see anything in the stream description. It's there. Should be there. Hold on. Oh, wait, shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. Riley, I'm so sorry. You are in the vertical stream. I don't have anything in there. You're correct. My apologies. Maybe we'll do that in the next one. My fault. But check out that link. It should work. Thank you to all of the new subscribers on the day. We've picked up about 25 subs. Thank you for everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. It was a fun one. I don't know when we're going to be back out in Australia, but, it's always great flying out here. We'll be back live again Friday afternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, ladies and gents, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week if I don't see you. Peace!